are the dreams pretty? They're not disturbing, are they?
No, not at all. Nothing
Well, that's
scary.
well, it is. I mean, because if they're not disturbing, I'm no expert. I believe there's a pretty good chance that person's connecting. If they're disturbing, it could just be trauma, part of a dream. But so
Yeah.
we'll see. The cards are going down, and they are down.
Okay, well, what I want to tell you is he's somewhat expressive, somewhat talkative. They've had to put him in, and I don't know a whole tremendous amount about the afterlife, but they've had to put him in like a special, we'll say, unit.
I would be worried if you knew a lot about the afterlife. I'd be very afraid.
Well, it's like a spiritual, like a healing center. Because I'm telling you, this man, Robert, left life really angry. And they need to bring, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He wasn't angry. He died on my couch.
Yeah, but I'm saying in spirit, he really didn't want to go.
Spirit was not ready.
So as he entered into the afterlife, he went with the angry heart, it's so to speak.
Spirit had not made peace with departing yet.
Yeah, he was not ready to go.
Not angry like a human. He was angry as a human at all. No, not that.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you what he's sharing with me, okay? And he is really concerned about the children, the kids, because he feels like he left them, like abandoned them. So when you do, talk to him. You can do it in your car. I often speak to
I do it all the time. I talk to him all the time.
Okay, well, tell him, ease his pain and his heart, that the kids will never forget him, that he did such miraculous things with them. And I see that he was everything in your lives. And one thing he's telling me right now is he does not want you to spend your life alone. He wants to help guide you when the time is right.
Yeah, obviously you have to decide that.
Yeah, when the time is right, he's going to put somebody in front of you that you're just going to be looking at him thinking, oh my God, Robert, this is the man, isn't it? And you're just going to know that you know that this is the one that's going to go through the rest of your life.
The next phase of your life.
And that will be his gift from the after.
Robert's gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
He gives me chills. He is so ever present. And I can see that for you.
Well, she got a good mediumship reading then, because they always don't go good.
No, they don't.
As far as not like there's evilness, sometimes you just can't connect well. So you did. All right, Janine, before you depart, I have an angel card for you. It's an angel number card. Your number I drew is 99, and it stands for release. And the message says, your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? So this is release.
And I think it's part
A
of
cycle of life.
Yeah, part of her healing process.
And I just drew it randomly. I just read the card. I have no special skills. So
friends.
Okay, thank you.
Friends and family can be so well-meaning, but when we are in a grief state, there's no time frame, and they, after a while, start wondering when we're gonna
snap out
of it. And that's when it's a good idea to seek out, say, a grief counselor, clergy, maybe somebody who works in metaphysics who can, guide you. Hypnosis can be good. So these are just suggestions I'm putting out to those who find that friends, unless they've been through it, or family,
sure,
they really don't know what you're experiencing. So good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
We are sorry for your loss. And
You're welcome.
good luck to you, Janine. She's in Rutland, Vermont. I may have been there actually. So, all right. That was nice. That was a change of pace. We haven't had one of those in a long time. We forget to mention that sometimes that you can do that.
Yes.
So she took a chance. That's cool. She didn't know.
Even those that have been passed away for a long time. As I learned with my husband's passing, I tried to communicate with him just through mediumship, by itself. And it was almost like a receptionist answered the phone or came on my frequency. And I asked if he was available, and she said, "No, I'm sorry, he's in spiritual orientation."
Well, hopefully she didn't have one of those horrible accents like you get for telemarketers.
And I said, "Well, when will that be finished?" She said, "I'm sorry, hon, we don't have time here." Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, good. Lynn, she had good English. She spoke too, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, well,
She wasn't from Pac.
it
I'm from. My name is Bob. No, your name isn't Bob. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
it was on a spirit level.
Yeah.
So it's going to come through in a language I think I could
That is true. It is
understand.
not an
Yeah.
audible verbal language. I got you. So since it's in your brain, it's always going to be understandable.
Okay.
Got it. All right.
We got.
I'll tell you what we got. We got Donna in Santa Barbara, California. Welcome, Donna.
Yes, glad to have you.
Oh, hi. How are you two? Long time no talk.
Oh, yes, we have talked to you before, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's been a while. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. How are you? Good?
yes.
It
we
was
are.
on a different platform a long
Yes,
time
it
ago.
was.
Yeah,
So
that's
well,
correct.
well,
Yeah.
Well, awesome. It sounds good. We're
I
glad you
enjoyed
joined us.
listening to you guys.
Well, I
Let me
get
tell you
it.
what's going on. About a month ago, I'm sitting in my car, and I had this unbelievable feeling. It filled me. It's almost like a divine intervention. It filled me with such joy, and I felt extremely wealthy. That I was very, very wealthy. So I don't know. I think something's going to be coming in, and lately I'm just happy. I have no money, but I'm happy. So I think I think I'm going to be blessed with something. I don't know. It's strange. I've never had that feeling ever in my entire life.
I think it's awesome.
That is cool.
So we're going to take a look at that real quick for you here.
Yes, and that's better than the alternative feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doom and gloom feeling. So much better than that.
Mm.
And that's cool because she doesn't have any reason to believe that she's going to have money. She just has a deep feeling.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that's.
And when I got that feeling, I felt rich. It's like, whoa, where's this
Have
coming
you had
from?
that feeling before your life passed?
Huh?
Have you had it
Yeah.
before? She said she didn't. Have that
Okay, because I won't say if you've had that feeling before and something happened, then you really
No.
would be like, oh,
No.
okay, all right.
First time ever.
New experience, a very new experience. There we go.
Yeah.
Donna, aren't you the lady who wins things, wins?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You're the lucky one in our midst. This lady wins. It just
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right. So she's Lady Luck.
Yeah. That's what my sister
Oh,
said.
my
Even my
God.
astrology says that.
and you've just given me goosebumps all over as I look at your card. You hold on to that fabulous, joyful feeling, manifest
Yeah.
through, take that
Mhm.
feeling and run with it, like you got a football and you're gonna win the game.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
man here, and he is bestowing, yes, a huge amount of money on you. And it's not
Oh.
coming through anything nefarious. You're going to be his love slave or something like that. It's
Yeah.
probably a guy contacting you that you've won. I think it could be the lottery. You're going to win a lottery.
Yeah, me too.
And it's going to come when you least expect it. I have found that the higher has a heck of a sense of humor, where I get the feeling that, and this is speaking about the higher power, however you can speak.
What do you believe it is to you, so?
Like when you reach a really dark moment, that's when I feel as if the higher power says, all right, I've kind of ignored you for a while. So you know what? We're going to really kick it in gear here. And boom, there it is. Your big lottery.
Yeah.
win. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
And you're going to bring change to your life. You're going to help bless others around
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That's the thing about you, Donna. You believe in the flow of abundance because you
Yeah.
let it flow through you. So you are one lucky lady, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll remember you too. I'll gift you guys something.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Don't forget us little people after
No,
you
no,
make
no. I won't. But I can get a hold of you through this venue, right? Air
yes,
Psychic.
yes, you
Okay,
certainly
cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
can.
Okay.
Also get through to us through my website,
Oh,
psychiclove.com.
okay.
Yes. But Donna, we are also on another platform on other days. So
Oh,
watch, watch for us. And
okay.
it's lovely to hear from you. Thank you.
You
And-
too.
No, but you shall not depart.
Oh, wait, now he's got something for you.
I got a card for you.
Okay.
I have
All
I have an
right,
even
Jim.
oracle deck, a big deck of cards. Okay, but anyway, a couple quick little shuffles here, and you're going to get an angel number, a subject, and a message about this number 1313. And it says starting
Oh.
fresh is the message, and it says step out of your comfort zone. You are about to
Okay.
create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and
Mm.
in your decisions. So it's 1313, starting fresh.
Oh, I love it. I love it for you.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Wunderbar.
And please
Yeah,
take care.
great to hear you too. You guys are so nice, and
Awesomeness.
I'm so glad I
Thank
got a hold
you.
of you. And thank you. And,
All right.
you have a wonderful evening. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
you too. I think I used to
Yeah.
sing the O'Donna song there,
Yes,
didn't
you
I? The Valens song, O'Donna, Jimmy Valens.
Jim does like being on the
I think it was
show.
related to me. I think I used to say that when she come out, O'Donna.
Yeah.
I am not a singer, or I would not be.
Oh, thank you, hon. Take care. Wow.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hey, we got a few minutes, Deb. If you'd like to put some, we got time. If you want to put some wrap on it,
We do.
we do indeed.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I will
Whoa.
be starting up a free personal prophecy card reading class very soon. There's no gimmick, no trick. You simply can let me know you want to attend, and I will get you enrolled for it. We'll do it over Zoom. And like I said, there's no, I'm not looking for profit from this. I simply want to teach you a mini course that I have that gives you an idea of what this method involves. And if it resonates, you may want to continue. And I will take the few that decide they want to all the way to becoming a certified professional practitioner of this method. I do the certifying as I'm the only living subject matter expert of this particular method. So I wanted to put that out there. You can also find my book on Amazon. What's the other one? Barnes and Noble, all kinds of them. Books a million. The book is called The Message, Your Secrets in the Cards by moi.
Author Deborah Lee.
Yeah.
You can do a Google search and you'll get hits on it. Yes.
It's was published by Old Books out of England.
Land of the Ings.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. The English.
So, and then any questions you might have, etc., please feel free to contact me. My messenger is, I'm just trying to remember for a minute. It's Deborah Lee. And isn't that for Facebook?
Facebook Messenger, just it's a matter they can find you on Facebook and then messenger you, but
Okay.
they have to be friends too.
Leigh.
Normally, you got to do a friend
Yeah.
request.
Or you can email me, and I'm at Deborah and it's a long Deborah,
Deborah.
at psychiclovedoctor.com. God, I had a good time tonight.
We always do.
Yes, we do.
We went coast to coast. We went from Vermont to California, coast to coast and almost corner to corner. There's a lot of, yeah.
Interesting.
Yes,
So,
indeed. All
okay,
right.
Janine, we send our,
Yes.
you light and love and
Yes.
blessings for healing.
We are sorry for your loss.
Oh, definitely. And for
For Donna, who's got that happy, holy crap feeling, let's hope it pans out.
I think you've had a premonition,
Yeah, we don't know.
and I can't wait for you to contact me and let me know.
Perhaps you should play the lottery. I don't know. Just saying. Or not. I don't want to advocate that because gambling can
I
be,
think
gambling can be addictive.
I feel that she feels drawn in her own intuitive sense.
Well, it's not her first rodeo, yeah, because
No.
he's
One
been successful before.
yeah,
so.
of money. Are we done? Is it
I
time?
think we can go ahead and put a bow on this package.
All
Wrap it up.
right.
Wrap it up. 60 seconds. Roger that.
Well, thank you all for listening.
Un momento.
Catch you on the, what do you say? On the flip side?
On the flip side. That's right. That's right there. Brick
Next
one night.
Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I think that's a wrap.
It is indeed. Thank you. Welcome and good night and have a good one, everybody.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for an offering of light with Robin Chaney. Robin Chaney. Live from RobinChaney.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is an offering of light on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to July. Can you believe it? Holy cow. year is halfway over. Anyway, welcome. I'm Robin. I am a healer, and I'm here to help you any way I can. I want to just explain something from last week. I was planning on taking a caller, and I didn't. So I just kind of want to explain why I changed my mind. And also, I got some really good feedback that people are enjoying the healing. And if I do one person, then the other people aren't going to get it as much. So, but let me explain a little bit so that when I do start taking callers, it'll be, you'll have more of a reference. So I am a healer. And what that means is what you need is what I'm going to be able to give you as you move forward on your healing journey. Sometimes that looks like messages from past loved ones. Sometimes that looks like, getting rid of your headaches. Sometimes it looks like, helping you sleep. But there are things that contribute to things that are not making you sleep. So I'm going to work on as many as those as I can. So it's a lot different than somebody calling in and just wanting a psychic reading, which I'm happy to give, but I'm only going to be able to do that for you if that's what you need to heal and move forward. Oh, my camera's falling. Sorry, y'all. If you've been like going to a lot of psychics because you miss your dearly departed so much, you just want to hear message after message, I'm going to be the one that's probably not going to be able to give you the messages that you want, because I'm going to help you heal your heart. I'm going to help you move through the grief. Sometimes that will look like messages from or connecting you with your loved one. And sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes it looks like giving you tools to move forward. So, I want to just be very clear when I do start taking callers. If you're looking for like a psychic medium, I'm different than that. I'm a healer. I'm here to help you heal and move forward with your life, or move forward with your purpose, whatever you're ready for. Not necessarily just giving messages from departed loved ones. So I hope that makes sense for you. So if you are interested, I'm not sure exactly how the callers work, but if you are interested in having an on-air mini session with me, I think if you call and say that you're interested in something with me, I think that'll be helpful. Because I'm not really sure how that works off air. I guess I should ask them, right? Sorry. Anyway, so I just wanted to clear that up, because it's not that I don't want to take callers. I just want to make sure when you call and when you speak with me that you understand what I'm going to be offering you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, the producer just sent me a message. So I just want to let people know that when you're on with me, it could look different than you expect. Okay. All right. So after that, let's move forward with some healing. Oh, one more thing. My website is robinchaney.com. If you want to do a private session with me, go there. You can see the different offerings that I have. And I also do live events once a month, and they're way less expensive than a private session with me. So if you want to get more personalized attention, going to a live event would be great. They're $25 plus the administrative fees, whatever those are for the Ticket Spice. I use Ticket Spice. So that's a less expensive way to work with me. And I do personal readings there. I don't always get to everybody because I only do it for an hour and a half. But you can get more of a chance of getting one-on-one work with me. So having said all that, let's jump into some healing. Okay, so I don't want to run over my dog. She's quieter this week. I know last week she was a little crazy. She was very chatty. Okay, so let's everybody go ahead and get into a relaxing position. Whatever that looks like for you, however you're most comfortable. If that's laying down, lay down. If it's sitting up, sit up. Whatever that looks like for you, being very comfortable, that's what I want you to be, okay? That's how I want you to be. Okay, so on the count of 3, let's take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And release. And let's do that one more time on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And release. All right, so I'm just going to start sending healing light. And if I'm drawn to something, or if I'm receiving any communication or messages, I will bring them forward. Here we go. Oof. Now, some people really receive this healing differently. Everybody actually receives this differently. People have different capacities for it. People have different sensitivities. So don't be alarmed if you don't feel anything. And don't be alarmed if you do feel something or experience something. If there's a lot of energy going on, I'm going to be yawning a lot. So that might happen with other people. Sometimes releases happen and there are tears. Sometimes there are just emotions that come up. And if you're doing physical healing, you could feel sensations in the area or an area that is affecting some of the physical symptoms that you're having. And I can give you, for instance, if you're feeling something in your abdomen, but it's a nerve damage from in your spine, you're going to feel it in your spine. You're going to feel the healing in the spine, which will affect the abdomen healing later. Okay. Some people also, well, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, I was doing some work and I got sidetracked, so I apologize for that. And some people heal faster than others, and that's okay. Some people are more open to this kind of healing than others. So if you're more open to this healing, you're going to have a different experience than someone who's shy about it or a little fearful about it. Okay, let's see if I know we have some really good healing going on. I just want to see if I'm going to connect in with somebody. Oh, yeah, I'm doing something in my back. It feels like I'm connecting in. Somebody said stiffness or some weird stuff going on in my back. Let me wait for them to take me in a little deeper. I feel this is somebody that's going to be watching later on that I'm connecting with, which is so cool, isn't it? Oh, it's awesome. Feels female. She feels female. She feels frustrated with symptoms and always being tired and always, she just can't function like she feels that she should. And she's not functioning the way her body is made to function. She's exhausted. The legs are heavy. It's hard. It's like everything is a chore, right? Everything is harder to do than it should be. Everything, I mean, it feels like it feels like everything's so much harder than like my friend who can just get up and go. And it's actually true, hun. It's actually true. It's not in your head. It's not in your head. You have these symptoms, and sometimes they aren't always detectable by blood tests, but just know that it's not in your head. Okay, it's not in your head. A lot of autoimmune diseases are difficult, and it's more of a process of elimination than like a straight up diagnosis, because if you read like the Mayo Clinic and other studies, they really don't know what is instigating it or what is causing it. So it's really just a process of elimination and go, okay, these symptoms match this the best kind of thing. Or these inflammation markers match this. I know when I was going through just doctor after doctor after doctor before I knew what was happening in my body. So many symptoms. I was exhausted. Everything was heavy. I couldn't walk. Like my heart would jump up to 215 beats a minute. Like that's crazy. That's like a heart attack, right? And I didn't have any answers. And they'd be like, nothing is showing on these blood tests. So we can't, there's nothing. There's nothing. They told me to, drink smoothies. And I'm like, okay, I can do smoothies. What kind of smoothies? What should I put in there? They didn't have anything like that for me. They just said smoothies. I was like, okay. So I just started blending a bunch of stuff into smoothies. Unfortunately, it didn't help because I didn't know exactly what to put in the smoothies. Now I do. But back then I did not. But there have been a lot of medical advancements since then. And I have also healed, or I'm healing. I am healing with information from Anthony William. That's how I am making strides in my life. So this woman that I'm tapping into, short hair, her foods have changed. Like the diet that she used to eat, like her body it's urging her to eat other things. And so her diet has changed. Unfortunately, the weight has come on. She has some like edema going on. So the lymphatic system is backed up, which we know is liver oriented, right? Because the liver has too much going on. It can't process everything. So it's backing up in the lymphatic system. Oh, I just looked. It's almost time for me to finish here. So I'm going to keep my eyes open so I can tell when the countdown is happening. But I still have the light going through. So I hope everybody is receiving that. And I'm just going to keep my eyes open and run this light. I'm going to be a little more intense. And this woman that has been presenting 60 seconds, thank you, that I've been connecting with tonight. I want you to look today when you're listening or watching, and in 2 weeks, and let's see the difference in your symptoms. I think you're going to see a decrease in symptoms, and the trajectory is going to, be towards healing. I think the energy is going to be a little more. I think you'll notice a little more energy, a little more motivation, and a little more self-confidence, feeling proud of yourself, going, oh my gosh, this can happen. I can heal. This isn't a life sentence to be in these symptoms every day. It's so hard to be in those without answers and without hope of healing. So I hope you see the difference in 2 weeks, right? Let this light work for you for 2 weeks from when you watch it right now, and in 2 weeks, and look at your symptoms. And I think you're going to notice a decrease in symptoms and an increase in your self-confidence and your motivation. And that
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday. A lot is going on this year, as we know, in 2025. It's an astrologer's dream, I would say, because so many things are happening. We just on Monday had a full moon in Scorpio. So I'm sure a lot of people were trying to kind of detach from things that are not working for them deep inside them. Scorpio is house of psychology. It is shared resources. It is kind of strange things. It's ruled by the 8th house. So anything in that is what people were trying to kind of transform, let maybe old trust issues or old things that they have go. So we have a lot, again, and we also have this month, we have Saturn entering Aries. It's been in Pisces for the last about 2.5 years. The way it works is the outer planets, which are the generational planets, which are Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. They stay in a house, like Saturn stays in a house about, in a sign about every 2.5 to 3 years, and it's in retrograde 50% of the time. So that could be kind of life-changing because Saturn's about structure. It's where we learn. So if you have Saturn and Aries in your chart, which I do, typically it is about Saturn return for people with Saturn and Aries this year. So you have your Saturn return. Your first return is about 28 to 30. Your second Saturn return is 58 to 60. Some major shifts happen in your life. Typically, people on their first Saturn return, they either have a big move, a big job, they get married, they have their first child. Second time around, it's okay. I kind of did this for the last 28 to 30 years. Now, what do I want my life to look like? So that's how it works. Just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that. So I also wanted to mention that I am actually getting into something. I'm mixing astrology with biohacking. For those who don't know what biohacking is, you want to biohack your body, meaning that you take a methylation test and you see what minerals based on genetics, based on genes from mother or father, what you're missing. And how it works is that you want to do it in coordination to your chart, to your alignment of your chart, because it's really healthy for mind, body, and getting to the highest vibration. So I wanted to kind of mention that too. And I'm going to talk in the future more about that and get more into that as I'm building my program and my website for it. So I want to go ahead and take a reading. Bob, are you there tonight? Oh, Chris, sorry.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm Chris.
You're not Bob, you're Chris.
Yes.
So what I am is I'm an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. I really understand your soul purpose and what you're trying to do in this lifetime. And the whole purpose is you come in on one energy on the south node and you're trying to get to the north node. So it's all about, it's really all about you getting to the highest vibration. So what is your birthday, day, month, and year?
8/15/84,
Okay.
and I was born at 6:01 a.m.
August 15th, 1984,
Correct.
6:01 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know that I'm going through a major shift. But I
yeah.
feel like it's just never,
You
I
feel
know
like
I'm
it's
at like the
happening?
bottom of the bottom of the bottom, and it hasn't ended. And now I'm within days of like being homeless in fear of again. And every single thing about every single thing I've had no control of is,
Oh,
and I
wow.
already, you know, what's crazy is it took me losing my mind, body, my soul, and my mother to, or my mind and my body and my mother to find my soul and my soul purpose. I've actually, through all of this, my intuition is heightened and been incredible in what's come in and what I've discovered. But what's happening
Well,
in
let's-
my reality is tragic.
Oh yeah, no. Let me ask you this: what city and state, so I can look at your chart? Were you born?
It's, well, where I was born in Columbia, Missouri.
Columbia, Missouri. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a Aries moon and Sun Leo.
Oh wow, you have the Aries moon. Okay. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
a lot of stuff going on with Aries this year.
Mm.
Columbia, Missouri. Why can't I find Columbia, Missouri?
Because you got to spell Missouri out or spell it MO as an abbreviation, because there's 1,000 Columbias.
Gotcha. Usually I could bring it up really quick. I don't understand.
No, not every part of everything that has to do with me is like some part of the bum F Egypt or the dumb effery, because it's like the 4 percentile that doesn't apply. It almost
Well,
like
you know,
everything, just all the way down to the city where I was born.
Oh no, I found it. Okay. So, all right, got it.
Oh.
Got it. Okay. So your south node is in Sagittarius in the fourth house of family. It's in retrograde. And your north node is in Gemini in the 10th house. I feel like, first of all, you're probably like the internal student in the fact that you have to research things, you have to,
Oh yeah, and I'm like, I can't get enough of everything. Like I want to know everything now that all
But
of
here's
the
the
eye-opening
thing.
and awakening has happened.
Oh yeah, but you're supposed to speak about
And-
what you already know. I mean, that is the sole purpose in this lifetime, is to speak what you already know. I feel like you have all
Right,
the
and I
deep
used to be very
knowledge.
good at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that you're supposed to have your reputation. So if you, I mean, it's maybe about writing your life story or speaking.
Oh, I know, and it will be a book.
Yep.
I'm already like, I'm writing it. It will make a great story one day, but like right now I'm in the pits of the pits of the pits of the things I can't make up and the things that are literally happening in my reality that I cannot control, that were never within my control, weren't my fault, and somehow at the hands of my own sister, family, and have no friends or anyone to turn to. And again, I'm going to be homeless again, and I don't know how this is still getting
So
worse without any end.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to tell you, that first of all, you have Uranus in the fourth house. So sudden, unexpected things happen with family. Absolutely. But here's the thing. Your mind, because you have Saturn in the third house, it is your mind. It's in Scorpio. You go deep into thinking, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? And you're manifesting all of this, based on probably karma, past lives, based on early childhood experiences, based on everything. You don't have to be a victim to your own experiences. You don't have to be. You're supposed to stand up. Your ascendant is in Leo. This is all about you, about yourself, about, standing up, speaking your truth, whatever that is, and having a reputation for it. The problem is you have Chiron in the 10th house. So you probably, something happened in a previous life that you're scared to say things. You're scared, and it's really
Yeah,
about
and I just learned about
overcoming these
Lilith and
things.
Chiron yesterday.
Yeah, but I feel like all of this is happening to you to move you to where you need to be. It's all in the way that we look at it. Even the most tragic, horrific things happen, but it's about clearing karma and getting to a place that you need to be, whatever that is.
Right.
But you have to go inward and believe this in yourself, because you only have you. You only have you. Even if you have family, kids, whatever that is, we're one energy. We're collective, so we never lose the people on that level in the body. The body is just a vessel, and we pass on and we move into different experiences, but it's really about connecting to you here.
Right. Oh, and it's forced that. But also I lost so much of who I was and what I was secure in my life that now the external hardships and the physical debilitations that my body has taken to not be anything but worse. It's heartbreaking.
And I feel like, though, I feel like good things are to come, if you just if you look at everything from a spiritual level. If we look at things from merely the human level, I know start seeing markings. Yeah, reach out to me.
I have made my eyes cross-eyed trying to figure this out on my own, and it's the one part of my research and stuff that I can't even begin to understand what I have tried to learn.
Well,
so
I'll tell you what. I have 2 minutes here, but reach out to me on it's www.mmastrovibes.com, and we can continue this conversation.
Okay, that would be great.
Okay. All right. We'll talk further, and we can look at this holistically, and we can go down even deeper.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing with Tony Lacy. Live from Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing.my.canva.site/Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing-home. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Tony, the Trance Medium. Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing. You are listening to us from A1R Radio, watching on Moonstruck TV, and I'm sure tons more different platforms that you're all watching from all over the world. Happy Thursday, and I know it's a long weekend for my American friends, being tomorrow is July the 4th. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend planned with family, friends, lots of wonderful food, pool time, course, safe water time. And something came to me today that I thought I should probably address. I know some people, when they hear psychic medium, they think woo woo, scary, demon, evil, darkness, and that can't be further from the truth. I know for myself, I come from a place of love, I come from a place of light, honesty, genuine, and only those of high vibration are allowed within my field and within myself. I am happy to welcome Amanda calling from Australia. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What time is it there?
It is at 10:30 in the morning.
Okay, so that's not too bad then.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask you if you want psychic or mediumship, but I also want to advise that I may have a spirit already present with me that has been patiently waiting since the show started. So I will still leave it up
Okay.
to you, though.
Oh, look. What do you have coming? Is there anything that you can feel that's a little bit stronger around you with me at the moment?
With yourself, I do have someone here in spirit, like I said, that came before the show started, and they made me have a difficult time swallowing. So right before we
Yes.
went on air, I could not swallow.
Okay.
Okay, does that resonate with you so far?
Somewhat.
Okay. I'm getting a female energy, and it is coming to me from the maternal side. So it would be mother, grandmother, or aunt.
Okay.
And I'm seeing the word iris, but I'm also seeing like a white flower. I'm not a gardener, so you'll have to excuse me. Um, I'm not quite sure what this white flower is. To me, I'm the word hydrangeas coming up, lilies coming up, but there's like a white flower name
Mhm.
possibly with attached to this female.
Okay. You are very close. My grandmother, her name did begin with it was a name that began with I. It was Ilva.
Okay.
And every
Okay.
time she comes through, she always comes through with flowers.
Okay. What a lovely lady. She has great presence. She is very strong in her will, but soft spoken. So and I'm sitting straighter than I was earlier. So presence and the way she held herself was important to her.
Mm-hmm.
And it still is. She says, I'm still doing my hair. She's showing me these absolutely stunning, beautiful, bright blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. This color of blue is not your typical blue eye that you would see on people. It's stunning. It's captivating is the word that I'm being pushed to use. She has quite the magnetic personality. Everybody would just stop and listen to whatever she was saying. She could be just reading out a recipe and people would be hanging on her every word. Does that sound like her personality?
It is, yeah, yeah.
It is,
She was
okay.
definitely the wise one.
Yes, she's smiling at me very humbly, but also knowing that she had a lot to offer. She wasn't always given the opportunity to speak everything that she wanted to. And I'm feeling that towards the end, she kept a lot to herself. She didn't want to burden her family, especially. And there were a couple of female friends that were so close to her that she would call them like her sisters, but they were not blood related.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take a drink. You'll have to excuse me. She's making my mouth really super dry
Sure.
right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. She never had any difficulty swallowing with her health. Yeah. Not sure.
I'm trying to. It could be that she's the strong personality, and this other person with the swallowing is. I'm actually feeling more of a male energy when it comes to the swallowing on the paternal
Yeah, that
side.
makes sense.
Okay. So that would be that grandfather or great grandfather on your father's side.
Oh, I never met any of my grandfathers.
Lovely man, lovely energy, very gentlemanly, very put together, quiet. And he would always let
Sounds
others
like my
do the
fiance.
talking for him.
Mm.
He was
My
more
fiance
of an
passed 2 years ago.
observer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I cut you off there, Amanda.
Yeah, that's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
What were you saying?
My fiance, he passed 2 years ago.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It was lungs. It was breathing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sensing the letter R, like a Ross. There's an R name that's coming through on the
No.
male energy.
This is Andrew.
Okay. I can check in and see if Andrew would like to come forward. I can't make him, but I certainly will send the intent through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the words, my sweet, loving Lily. And I'm getting the age in 60s, blonde hair, blue eyes, but it's more of a blue gray. I guess they would call it like blue steel. Some people call it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's
59.
fitting for Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's not a large man, but not a slender man. Like he was, I wouldn't even say stocky. He was very well built. He's showing me what in his younger years, he says, and he's actually using the word, and he's doing this. And I don't know if you can see me or you're just hearing me, but he has one hand on his left hip. His right shoulder is back, and he says, I was very svelte. He's very proud of his physique in his younger years, and he says that he actually was able to keep it up throughout his adult life.
Yeah.
And now I'm feeling like this great big teddy bear. I just want to hug him. He just has this comforting, safe feeling about him. Holding hands, I feel like he was on your left side whenever you would hold hands. Because that's where I'm holding hands on my left. That's where he actually is right now. He's sitting on your left and he's holding your hand. And he has his left hand on top of yours. So it's his left hand on top of your hand, which is in his right hand.
The day he died, I took a photo of his left hand holding my hand.
Okay. Well, he's acknowledging that. He's bringing that through, showing me that that is still a very vivid memory for you. And every time you look at that picture, he is there with you. He's saying there's so much I wanted to do, so much I wanted to say. He says, but I know you felt me talking to you through my eyes. I love you for everything that you did for me. And he says, and my children. And I'm seeing a male and a
Mhm.
female, possibly a son or a daughter, sorry. Um, and I feel like you were a stepmother as well.
Mm. Yes, sort of. Yeah, yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, there's an energy coming through, acknowledging that you were a very big part of her life. It's a female.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, she's saying that shoot for the stars. She's telling me to say those words, that will have a meaning for you. So I'm sorry, I'm jumping. They're all wanting to talk to you right now. But this female
okay.
is still alive. This female is still alive. So she's coming through telepathically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So everybody that's coming through, your grandmother, Andrew is still with you. Again, every time you look at that photo, he is sitting right beside you, holding your hand, just like in the photo.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he prefers the pink coral lipstick rather than the vibrant pink.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's making me giggle. I'm like, are you talking to me or are you talking to Amanda? He's very, very funny, very, very sweet. I will leave
Yeah.
you. They're all at peace. They're all very happy. They're all very healthy. They're sending their love. They're always with you. Um, and Andrew says that he always has his hand on your right shoulder whenever you're feeling a little weak and unsteady with your emotions. His hand is on your right shoulder. So I will leave you with that, Amanda. I appreciate you calling in. I thank you. I thank all your loved ones.
Thank you kindly for connecting me.
You're very welcome, my dear. Have a wonderful day.
And same to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to A1R Radio, Moonstruck TV. I'm Tony. Peace, love, tranquility, healing. I wish you all a blessed weekend.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Spirit Connections with psychic medium Jess Colner. Live from psychicmediumjesscolner.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Spirit Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me tonight on my first show ever with A1R Psychic Radio. I am thrilled to be coming to you live from upstate New York. I will be taking a caller tonight, so we're going to get that person up. I don't know who we're going to have, but before we do, I'm going to take a moment to explain a little bit about me, about how this works. I am a psychic medium. I have been psychic medium my whole life. I was born with the ability to communicate and see spirit. Very important thing to note for all my readings, spirit comes through on my left side only, so you will see me looking off to my left a lot during any reading at any point in time. if spirit lived what I call a long life, way up there in age, I see them looking young, healthy, healed, and whole. So that's very important thing to note. If that is someone coming through for you, they will show me that they lived a long life. They may show me what they went through when they were at the end of their life, but they are not currently carrying it. All right. So again, spirit comes through on my left side. You'll be seeing me looking off a lot to my left. I will provide you with the evidence, and I'm very excited to see where this adventure takes us as I do mediumship readings once a week here on A1R Psychic Radio. So we're just waiting to get someone on. We have them yet? I'll keep talking. So as a psychic medium, my life has been a little bit interesting. The one thing I like to say is that my normal is other people's paranormal. And that's a pretty fun way to live my life. I'm not going to lie. It's never boring. I'm never alone. And there's always something entertaining happening in the world of spirit. And I'm always able to tune into that. Let me see here. It looks like we do have our first caller. Let me take a quick look, see who we have coming in. Selena from Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, let's get her on. Let's bring in Selena.
Hi, I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Selena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Thanks for being my first ever caller on my first show ever.
Oh, it was amazing.
Have you had a reading before,
That's
Selena?
exciting.
Thank you. It is.
Sorry?
Have you had a reading before?
I have, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. So, did you get a chance to hear my intro? I'm not sure while you were connecting if you heard me say that I see spirit, they come through on my left, and if they lived a long life, I see them looking younger than they were at the end of their life.
Sorry, who did you see?
If I see spirit coming through and they lived a long life, I see them looking younger than they were. Did you get to hear that?
Okay.
All right. I just
Okay,
wanted to make sure
great.
you know. And if they went through any illness, they're not carrying it. They projected out to show me. I just want to be very clear about that.
Sorry, I didn't fully understand the two things. Could you maybe say them one more time? I apologize to make you
Okay.
repeat
No,
yourself.
that's okay. No, it's all right. So if spirit went through any sort of illness when they were last here on Earth, they projected out to show me, but they're not currently carrying it. I just want to be very clear. And that's an if. I always like to make sure those two things are very clear.
So if spirit went through illness, I think I don't understand what that means.
Like if they were sick at the end of their life on Earth, I just want to be clear that they are not currently carrying it if they choose to show me that.
Okay.
Got it?
Related to me? Mm-hmm.
No one's come in yet. I'm waiting. Well, now we have someone, but I always like to make sure that whoever sits with me for a reading is aware of that before I begin the reading.
Okay.
Did we lose Selena? Got it?
Yeah, that's fine. I think I don't fully understand how that applies, but I'll
Okay. It's just in case. It's just in case. I always like that to be noted, just in case. You never know.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Selena, spirit comes through on my left side. So I'm just going to start describing them to you in terms of what they look like, how they acted, what their mannerisms were, and the evidence they give. Once I have all of that and you've received it, you can tell me whether or not you can take it, okay?
And this is like somebody coming through to speak with you. Is that correct?
Correct. Right now I have a spirit here to speak with you, specifically for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so it's like mediumship. Okay, got it. Sorry,
Correct.
I fully
I'm a
understand what
psychic
type of reading
medium.
we're doing. Okay, we're going.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
I'm
do
a
it.
psychic medium. Hello. There we go. All right. We're on the same page now. Fantastic. So I have a lady coming through for you. First thing I'd like to note is she spun around and she was wearing a dress and she spun around to show me that dress. Very feminine when they do that. That tells me she was always wearing a lot of dresses or skirts. I see also really gorgeous long dark hair. It had like a wave to it, and she keeps highlighting her hair and the significance and the importance of that hair to her. 3, there's a significance of 3 to her. When they tell me 3, they're referencing people, children, grandchildren, or great-grandchildren at the time of her passing. I would also like to point out that's only the significance of 3. There could have been, for example, 3 girls out of a total of 5. Do you understand this so far?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She keeps referencing, Selena, the back of her neck here, having problem with her neck or her back, and I feel like there's a hunch and there's an issue with the spine. Do you understand that?
I can see what it is.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I
It's
know what you mean.
You do know what I mean, though. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So she's showing me, okay, lots of time spent in the kitchen with this woman. And I hear a lot of loud noises too in the kitchen, a lot of banging around the pots and the pans. She's taking me to that. And I feel like she's constantly on the go, constantly working hard. And it almost feels like work being in the kitchen. I'm not entirely sure if she did work in the kitchen or if this was her working for the family in her kitchen. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She is taking me to the month of November, now. Yes, ma'am. Let me see. Thank you. I see a headstone in the month of November. She's tying herself to a passing in November. Do you understand that? And it doesn't have to be her passing.
November.
She could be saying she's tied to someone who passed in November. If it's not for her.
I'm not sure who it is, to be honest.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. One more. All right, here's what I'm going to do, Selena. I'm going to bring through a gentleman who's standing right next to her. He puts his arm around her. There's a height difference between the two. This gentleman was very blunt, told it like it was. I also see like a mustache and or some facial hair going on for him. He was a leaner build type of man, leaner build. Yes, sir. He brushes dirt off of his arms, so I feel like he was constantly working outside. I feel very dusty, actually, which is kind of funny. He makes me feel like I've been working outside all day long. And he shows me having work boots on, which tells me he had blue collar job of some fashion. He is clearly tied to her because he puts his arm around her. Do you understand that so far?
Yeah. I think I might know who it is.
The gentleman or the woman?
Well, both of them.
Fantastic. Okay. One more thing from the gentleman before I have you confirm. Thank you. He points to his head, Selena. He had trouble with the head for his health at the end of his life. Do you understand that? Trouble up in the head?
I didn't know that was what he had, but sure.
Okay. Okay. Hold on one second then. Yeah, so I feel a lot of pressure in the head. He takes me to a lot of pressure and I feel like it affected his vision. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who are these two people to you, Selena?
I think they are my great grandparents on my mom's side. So my great grandfather and my great grandmother. But I'm not 100% sure. I think so.
Oh, okay. So overall, the head and the pressure in the eyes, what was the medical issue then for your great grandfather?
To be honest, I don't know how he died. So I actually met him. I never met my great grandmother. But I know that he drank a lot, like he was an alcoholic.
Well, that'll do it. Okay. So you understand that there was a height difference between the two of them?
Maybe. I mean, I never saw pictures of them together, and I never met her when she was alive.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know
and
if
again,
there's a height difference
that's okay.
between them.
The passing in November, did you understand that?
Again, like, I'm not sure because it's my great grandparents. It's kind of too far away to know all the details.
That's fair. Maybe you can validate that later, or she's tying herself to a relative who passed in November. Okay. I'm going to have her come through with her message here as we are getting low on time, and I want to make sure you have enough time for the messages. Yes, thank you. Selena, she's referencing romantic relationship for you. Okay, so she gives me my symbol for that. And she's showing me a spike up, down, up, down, up, down. Do you understand that?
Say that again.
a spike in your romantic relationship. It doesn't feel smooth, up, down, up, down. When they go like this, it feels like a roller coaster ride.
My romantic relationships are up and down.
Correct. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, she's validating that she sees that. She's validating that she's with you. Yes. She's asking you to bring your head and your heart together to make a decision. Okay, the ball is in
Okay.
your court. She passes the ball to you. The ball is literally in your court. You need to marry the thoughts and the heart space in order to move forward, because it feels a little too chaotic around you right now. That's the energy she has me feel. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fantastic. She asked you if you have a question for her, as we have 60 seconds left.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, what do I need to do to, choose a career that's going to provide for me sustainably long term that I actually want to do and love to do?
Sustainably, yes. Thank you. Follow your joy. Follow your joy. Write it down and start building it as you write it down. Follow your joy and everything else will fall into place, and seek opportunity within the realm of your joy. Even if it's not paid opportunity, it can lead to paid opportunity for you.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Spirit Connections with psychic medium Jess Colner. Live from psychicmediumjesscolner.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-45. You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Gypsy Heart with Jen Cairo. Live from JenniferCairo.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Gypsy Heart on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my show, Gypsy Heart. I'm happy for week 2 to be back. This week, I want to talk about mindset and manifestation and the power of positivity. I do a lot of workshops and classes, and it's just so important to stay in a mindset of expecting blessings. And I think a lot of us, and it's happened to me recently, so that's why I wanted to talk about it tonight, how when you get into this mentality of, if something happens and, it's so easy to get knocked off course. One thing happens and then it seems like it rains and it pours, and how staying in a mindset of expecting blessings is so important. And the power of manifestation. I always tell my clients, if you can see yourself there, if you can see yourself in a job, a promotion, a mindset, a period of happiness, you can achieve it. So the difficult part is, keeping that ego, that fear away. I tell people fear is a liar, and it really is. Like, fear is just ego stepping in our path. So, I always start my day with setting some intentions, and that's a great way to kind of keep yourself in that mindset, that motivated mindset. And setting intentions doesn't have to be, a big, long, drawn out process. You can simply set your intentions in your coffee, stirring your coffee, set yourself, a positive motivational, speech for the day, taking a shower and imagining all that energy that doesn't belong to you anymore, washing off into the shower, writing your intentions down in a journal. Prayer is meditation. But, getting yourself a routine that you do every day is a great way to kind of set that in motion. So whether it's, a meditation or, writing something down in a journal, just getting yourself set to kind of start that. Setting boundaries and grounding is all part of that, and I'll get into that. But, if manifestation is so real, like if you really believe that you can do something, you're going to set yourself up to do it. So whether it's, a job or a relationship, but, just keep. Joe in Denver, Colorado is ready. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to pull some tarot cards. And if he's ready, we'll do it. Okay. You can patch him through. Joe in Denver.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country.
Evening for me. Thank you. I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. Is there something that you are dealing with or you want clarity on that I can help you with?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to just see what the cards say?
So I have been preparing all year to have a job, potentially being a social studies teacher next year. And I had that ripped out from me this week where I didn't end up getting it. And I'm just kind of wondering if my direction I still need to be heading into is teaching. There's a teaching alternative program, or if there's anything other pathwise that I should be doing. I've worked in financial healthcare. I've done pretty much everything office related, but I'm just kind of wondering if I should go back into that range or if I should still.
As you were talking, I was pulling cards, and it's funny. I was talking about mindset and motivation and manifesting. I mean, before you came on, and I feel like the universe is testing you for, it's like sometimes we're tested. It's like, how bad do you want it? I really don't think you should give up on this social studies teacher thing. I really think that the card 5 of Feathers, this is all about resilience. So I think, again, see yourself already there. I feel like there are going to be a few bumps on the road here, but there is a reason to celebrate coming up. So I think give it a few months. I think in a few months, you're going to have some sort of positive feedback in this direction. But there's a lot of cards here for you that are you giving. So this is something that you're meant to do, to share, to teach. And I think it'll really give you something that you feel like you've been lacking. Am I correct? Like, I feel like you haven't felt fulfilled. So I think giving this gift of knowledge to others is going to give you a strong foundation and some clarity. And I don't think you'll stop there. I feel like this is going to, excel rather quickly with you. So I do think that this is something that's going to happen for you. Is there a move in your future too? Are you moving?
No, I'm pretty stationary here in Colorado. I love living where I live, to be frank. I have a choice between junior high and high school with my degree.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I think that's where the move is. If I teach high school, it's a little bit more
open.
It's more open, but it's not where I've been a substitute teacher this year for mostly middle school. So it's not the age range where I've been at.
Right. Yeah, I think you need to, I think you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself in this arena. And I think that could be holding you back too. Again, I think pulling this manifestation piece in that I was talking about earlier and seeing yourself already there in the position that you want and seeing you successful doing it is key. I think I think closed doors and no's really affect your energy. And I really think you need to kind of shed that off and see yourself already there. But I think the teaching thing for you looks like a good fit here. And that moving that I see is probably going into the other route. You were thinking middle school, it's probably going to be the high school. And I do think there's going to be a couple opportunities presented to you in this. So, these closed doors are just preparing you for something bigger. So don't give up on that. I hope that helps. But it does look like the teaching realm is something that is meant for you here. There's also a volunteering piece here. So I don't know if you do a lot of volunteering or there's an organization specifically that you work with, but it looks like there's like this giving of yourself and like a volunteering piece here. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, I'm a mini pastor is the best way I can put it. I do a lot. I do a lot of holding people in prayer, and I do work on the local level here in Colorado.
Okay. But yeah, that looks like it, it goes together almost. So I don't know if you'll continue to do that with the teaching, but I feel like that's something that really works for you and that you should keep doing. But I feel like you have this you almost talk yourself out of things. It looks like with the cards, it's like, you're like your best cheerleader. And then the next day you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. I feel like there's a lot of that going on. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I'm 39 getting into teaching. So I'm a little bit of a unicorn in the field. I'm not 22, 23.
Yeah. But you're never too old and it's never too late is what I always like to say to my clients. So I think you need to keep pursuing this. I think it complements you well. And I think it's going to give you that foundation because I feel like you felt like you've just been kind of drifting through life. And I think this is going to give you kind of a place, if you know what I mean. And I think it's just going to be so fulfilling to you to kind of give to the students. But the volunteering is definitely heavy here in your cards, but you're your own worst enemy in a lot of ways. You don't have the confidence in yourself. And I feel like, you kind of take back, you kind of tiptoe backwards sometimes. There's also in the cards, a lot of things from your past you need to cut cords with, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? Yeah. There's a lot of like old energy that you don't need to attach yourself. So I don't know if that's a past relationship. I kind of feel it's that, but you need to cut cords with that. Sometimes we kind of bog ourselves down with baggage that we don't need to hold on to any longer. And that kind of prevents us from our true path. So by cutting cords with that, and it's as easy as simply saying, like, this doesn't belong to me anymore, and free yourself from that. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, by doing those simple things and just having that belief in yourself that you can do this, and, the age has nothing to do with it. It's the confidence that you have in yourself. And I think you'll be very much a success in that area. Any other questions that I can answer for you?
Do you see me teaching next fall?
Yes. Yeah, I think over the summer here, you're going to have several opportunities come in front of you, and you're actually going to have a choice. So the possibilities, you have the wheel here in tarot, that's possibilities, that's change, that's a lot coming at you at once. And I think you're going to, by the fall, have yourself a secure position here. But you just have to stay focused and stay in the mindset of expectations and seeing yourself there. And, let go of the confidence piece here. I think you're stuck on this age thing and, thinking that your ship has sailed, and it's not. This is just the beginning for you.
Beautiful.
Does that make sense?
Love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love that for you. And I think that it's going to be life-changing. I think that you felt kind of stagnant. It looks like in your cards, you just feel like sometimes it's like Groundhog Day. You get up, do the same thing over and over again. This is going to shed a new light. So just stay the course, my friend, okay?
All right, beautiful. I appreciate your time.
No worries. Thank you.
All right, take care. Have a good one.
You too. That was great. But yeah, that was so funny that he, again, talking about mindset and motivation and manifestation, and just setting those intentions, to get the ball rolling. And it's simply starting with believing in yourself and that anything could happen. But also, setting some boundaries and not letting people kind of pop that bubble, because there are some energy vampires out there that like to kind of, knock the wind out of our sails sometimes. So we got to keep our boundaries firm and our thoughts in the positive, and we can achieve anything. It's that simple. It's really that simple to live that way. So I want to thank you all for being here. My clock is ticking down. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And if there's anything that you'd like to talk about, I do an intuitive coaching program that I work with people to help them kind of find their path, their purpose. Sometimes you're just feeling stuck and you kind of have an interest in the metaphysical and the spiritual stuff, but you just don't know where to get started. So if I can help you with that in any way, my website is up there. I can see it. So just visit my website and send me an email, and I'd love to help you. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And it's been a blast. Thanks, everyone.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Soul Seed, Divine Guidance and Spiritual Mediumship with Lisa Thurgate Marks. Lisa Thurgate Marks. Live from LisaThurgateMarks.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Soul Seed, Divine Guidance and Spiritual Mediumship on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Moonstruck TV, AIR Radio Psychic TV. I'm coming live from the Gold Coast in Australia. So I hope some people are jumping on and supporting me today in your lunch hour. It's evening in the US and abroad. I hope you're sitting around having a nice coffee, lovely tea, anything to do, what's going on. I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, sorry, I just lost connection there for a minute. So yeah, I'm a psychic trans medium, holistic counselor, creator of Solsi. Solsi is my beautiful energy healing, as well as helping people come back to their divine wisdom, what's inside them, what they were born here with, that they've actually lost along the way through all the conditionings of family, school, just taking on other people's energy. It's really about coming back to you, coming back to your soul, yourself, your spiritual divine wisdom is what I believe in. It's my faith to be free of ego and to just trust. I have my spirit team behind me. They're all around. They just look out for me. There's this innate wisdom, this trust that I have within myself that I like to bring out in others. And through readings, connecting people with my mediumship, which is my innate gift, I find that the wisdom that comes through from our ancestors has such power that we can heal ourselves, heal within, that we can see. So when I do connect to loved ones in spirit, know that it's medicine. It truly is medicine, and faith is my wisdom. And look at this, we already have a caller. Rosalind in Richmond, Virginia, USA is ready. And how are you today, Rosalind?
I'm well,
Lovely
thank
to
you.
hear from you. You're well. You sound lovely too. And what brought you on
Thank you.
today?
I guess like mediumship would be good, or anything, general would be great.
I think would be great. That's really good. Now I'm feeling into yourself at the moment, and when I connect down through spirit, I keep getting. It's like I have an angst, a feeling like quite a pressure within my chest, and there's words that you haven't. Whether it's yourself or the person it's a male, he's coming through. His throat's just a little blocked, as is yours. And I feel that there needed to be more words expressed before he passed over. He's coming through and he's looking at you, and I keep feeling he's coming around and he's on my left-hand side, around my back. So whether it was something to do with the lungs or a heartache here, do you know who I've got with this man that's coming through? And I am getting sort of something like a D or a David or something coming in. Now, this name that's connected to the man that I have around you, it may not be his name, but it's someone that you would know. Does that make any sense to you?
I'm not sure. I do have a few male
He's saying around he's around 63, or born on the 6th of the 3rd, or somewhere around those numbers, 36, 63. Anyway, he's connecting and he's got a really big grin and he's got some whiskers coming down here. And he's telling me to tell you it is time to look after yourself. There's so much being dumped on you lately that you need to actually, I'm getting rise above it and really speak your truth, because this is your time. You've got so much more living to do. And the way I look at it, he comes through and he's telling me to inch forward. I don't know whether you're ready for retirement or just retire, but he's telling me to tell you to inch forward, like you need to keep moving forward. There's no need to be holding back now. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It makes sense.
Beautiful. Is there anything that you would like to communicate or say here? He's actually got a really beautiful aura. And as I say that, I feel like he may have passed in the winter because he's all very snuggly. He's feeling, and you are a great comfort to him, but he's showing me he's very snuggly. He's very warm. And I feel his warmth
I don't know.
coming.
He's my granddaddy.
Your granddaddy, because he passed in the winter.
Well, I had a granddaddy and a father, and I have a brother in spirit. But I don't know.
Did
I don't
anyone
know which one it could be.
did anyone do deer hunting or
You
anything to
said
do with the
deer
deer?
hunting?
Yeah.
Not that I can remember. It all passed when I was really young.
Because I'm looking at a deer here, and I'm looking at quite dense bushland. Mm. Is your mother, like I've got a lady coming through, so the person is actually on your mother's side that I'm getting through here. Was he very tall? Yep. Yep. So it's your granddaddy on your mother's side. That's who it is. Were you looking to actually move or transition work? Is there something going on with your work or how your income comes in?
Well, I haven't been working because I just recently had clean. Well, not recently, maybe a year, but I haven't figured out what I was doing. But I have been going to school, and I'm trying to get into like wellness. So I'm just trying to go within and figure out what I need to do. As far as I'm thinking about doing like entrepreneurship, but I don't know exactly what part of the wellness field I want to get into. So I'm kind of
Are
like
you
not
actually
stuck, but figuring it out.
Are you actually really good with your hands? Because the energy just came straight into my hands then. When you're talking about entrepreneurship and we're looking here, you have a really good way with moving things with your hands. Now, whether this is, it could nearly be energy because I'm feeling the energy coming through, but what I'm feeling is people warm to you. So it's around about creating content that is more driven towards a group of people rather than one. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. It
Are
does.
you really fast? Are you really fast typer? Because my fingers are going 100 miles an hour here.
Not really, but I write a lot.
You write a lot. Now get those fingers going, maybe.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So get those fingers writing. So whatever you're journaling, I think that's where the magic is, where the recipe for your success is. Because when you're honing in and looking at what you'd like to do with your life moving forward, it's really good if you know your content really well and you can put it out there and you're having that loving feelings towards it. People are going to gravitate to you. And what I'm hearing here is do what you love, follow your passion, look into the gold nuggets that are in that journal, because I actually see you lifting people up. And I've got your grandfather coming through here sending so much love. I don't know, there's a little boy, and his name might be Jean or Jane or something like that. He's around you too. So just letting you know there's someone there. Does that make sense to you? And there's just so much love.
I've heard. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
And I'm just sending so much love to you today. We've only got a few minutes left, but it was just lovely to connect with you today. Know that if anyone wants a reading, you can connect on www.lisathergatemarks.com. I'm always here and open to taking readings for people. Lovely today. Just thanking Spirit and all our loved ones for coming through today.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Mystic B Spiritual Insights, hosted by Anna Marie. Live from mystic-b.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Mystic B Spiritual Insight
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mystic B Spiritual Insights. Thanks for joining. I am Anna Marie. I am a clairvoyant, a psychic medium, and actually the founder of Mystic B. I'm also your host, and my intention here is to use my intuitive gifts to help you find clarity, healing, and connection. And if you noticed, I just lost one of my lights, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as I share a personal story during our show. But I first want to just thank you for your patience and kindness as I stepped away for a short time to tend to some family matters. And I just want to express my gratitude to those of you that have been patient, but most importantly, for the team at A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I couldn't do all of this or navigate these personal matters without you. So thank you very much. So my mother passed away last week, and this journey has been both sacred and overwhelming. It's had grief, reflection, and even a bit of awe. So the day before she passed, we'd had kind of a recurring but powerful conversation about sending signs from the other side. And it's something that we've discussed over the years, but this time it was with, I would say, a greater intensity and really me kind of pleading with her to take it seriously. I asked her if she would send me a sign after she crossed over. We talked a little bit about some of the easy ways to connect. And we talked about electricity being one of the easiest ways to come through. So I'm laughing because, of course, now I start this show, I finish my prayer and meditation before the show starts, and of course, I lose my light. But there's more to this story. So as I have this conversation with my mom, basically I asked her to promise that she would try to communicate as soon as she arrived or transitioned, and believe it or not, she did. So my hope in sharing a little bit more of this personal story with you, it will help us all be reminded about these moments. There are these messages, signs, and just synchronicities in life that they tell us our loved ones are still here. They don't really leave us. Their energy just transforms, but we're all still connected. So I'll share a little bit more of the message. So before she passed, as I mentioned, we were having this conversation, but she had passed, so I had to resume packing and cleaning in her apartment. I was working in her music room, which is a space that she loves. It has all of our musical instruments, a lot of creativity, and certainly a lot of energy. And as I was working, I heard this strange noise in her apartment, and I thought I had tripped an alarm. I didn't know if it was a carbon monoxide detector or something from the water heater. So I'm trying to navigate through the apartment and track it down. I end up in the bathroom, and strangely, her electric toothbrush had been sitting on the counter and just started buzzing. So that was the noise. So I'm looking at this toothbrush. I, of course, took a deep breath, but I knew immediately it was my mom. And I won't share the details, but we had other conversations about her accidentally thinking she used my toothbrush and all of that, but I knew immediately it was her. So I took the toothbrush, I put it in a plastic bag, so I knew it had a special message. I set it aside and I continued with my work. Later that afternoon, I hear a noise again, and lo and behold, inside this plastic bag, inside the plastic tote, this toothbrush is buzzing again, but now it's lights. I'm turning it off. It's going back on. So really just encouraging for me, and it became pretty comical. So I just want you to know that whether it's a flickering light or a repeating song or some sort of vibrating toothbrush, just know the energy that matches you, your intuition, you'll know what the sign is, you'll know who it's from, and just embrace it and know that our loved ones are always still with us. So I was able to record some of this on my phone, so I'll be sharing that video on my Mystic Bee Facebook page tomorrow. So now let's redirect some of our energy and connect with Kiki in Boone, North Carolina. So Kiki, do I have you on the line?
Yes, you do.
How are you?
I'm just super. Thanks, Anna Maria.
Oh, great. It's nice to have you. We appreciate you tuning in. I want this time to be meaningful for you. So generally, I like to ask Kiki if you have a specific topic that you wanted to drill in on, or if you'd like a general reading.
I think a general reading. Thank you.
Okay. Let me see what kind of energy I can get. Sometimes I'm just tuning in, getting your vibe. I don't know why I'm picking up on mom energy around you also, Kiki. I don't know if you're close with your mom or if you've had your own encounters with your mom, but I'm getting some maternal energy. I'm also
my
getting...
mom's been about 14
I'm sorry,
years,
go ahead.
Probably. My mom's been gone about 14 years.
Okay. So I'm getting, I'll say this. One, I'm getting the maternal energy, and it may be also because I was just speaking about my mom. But I also have this, I'm going to say, temperamental personality, and it feels then masculine. So I have first the mother energy, then I get the masculine energy. So is your father passed also?
Yes, he has, but that describes him perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, it just feels like, he was like the epitome of the grumpy old man, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay. But I will say, in his own way, really devoted to family, just at his core, the hard work and the contributions that he tried to make for, I will say, the family's reputation. And I'm not sure what that really means, but I feel like you understand what it means, that there were things that he did that was really important, that the family have like a certain brand or a certain reputation within the community. But, he may have been fickle. I also don't know if he was in the military, but I get militant, meaning like he's extra controlling, really everything has its place. I don't want to say too dominant, but definitely military sort of energy. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, you've got him spot on.
Okay. And what's interesting is I'm trying to figure out why they're coming up, and I don't know if they were still married or who passed first, but I feel like they're still really connected on the other side, and it may just be entirely in support of you. But I feel like there's something, and it feels more specifically with your father. I feel like there's some things you still need to release to kind of move on with just some other healing in your life. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I just feel like, I don't know what the betrayal was, but it feels like there was something that he did that really hurt you. And it felt like a loyalty betrayal or something that he said or did that just really, really hurt you. And I feel like it's so interesting that we're having this conversation, because I almost feel like I'm talking to myself. I want to say, Kiki, I feel like you're supposed to remove the label for your father, like remove his designation as a parent. And I want you to look at him as a man that lived this hardworking, ethical, committed, deliberate, and I'm going to say also very challenging life. And And I want you to just work with that identity and find the respect and admiration that you would have for him, a human being that navigated all of these challenges and didn't give up. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So I feel like that first and foremost, I need to put that out there. I feel like just letting go of that, it feels like it opens other doorways for you. So I'm not sure. And I feel like you have a partner. It feels like you're married or have a partner. Is that correct?
Actually, it isn't.
Okay. So then the energy that I'm getting is that there is a deep connection. I've been, whomever is going to fit, I would say, a companion profile. Okay. I feel like there is some sort of male counterpart, but it feels like it really ties to business. So I don't know if you have a business and it's a business partner that I'm picking up on, or it's a male companion that you once had a relationship with that you're still connected to. But I feel like another current male energy that feels like a companion in some way that crosses over in business.
I do have a spiritual teacher that's a male.
Okay. And do you talk about business and professional pursuits?
No, but I am living in a retreat center that is under his umbrella.
Okay. So then if he's sort of your coach, we'll say, right? If he's your coach, your advisor, and you are kind of housed in his vicinity, there's probably some crossover of personal, professional. But whatever the case may be, I feel like you have some abundance coming your way. I feel like you are able to sort of relax, retreat. I feel like you're not having to work as hard as you once did, but you have an influx of more success and abundance coming towards you. So I don't know if you've been working on manifesting new things, but I do feel professionally or from a business perspective that there's something more lucrative coming in your future.
Great.
I also don't know if someone's proposed another opportunity to you, but I feel like there's also another business prospect that may be presented to you, and you may consider doing that or exploring it a little bit further as well. Does any of this help you?
Yes, it does very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And then I think just finally, I would say I do see a union for you. It feels romantic in nature. So whether this person is in your immediate circle or not, I do feel a union that is in front of you. Time-wise, I feel like if you're not in a relationship now, I feel like it's something that develops greater intensity in the next 4 to 6 months. But don't be surprised if this is also someone from your past, because I feel this masculine energy that I feel like it's a relationship that you've had or someone that you know. Does this help at all?
Yes, it does, Anna Maria. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Kiki. Thanks for calling in. We hope you join again next week.
Oh, thank you for your time. It was perfect.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
So I think we're going to connect now with Stacy in San Bernardino. Yes. Hi, Stacy. Yes. How are you?
Hi. I'm okay.
You're okay? Well, let's see if we can find some other clarity or information that makes you better than okay. How does that sound?
Perfect. I love that.
Great. So aside from you saying, okay, I mean, I can, we can interpret things by tone of voice and all of that. So clearly I'm going to say just on our greeting, it feels like you, I would say that you're feeling defeated. There's something that you've wanted that didn't come to pass, but also that you've just had a difficult shake recently.
Yes. Yes.
But
yes,
you know what, Stacy? And please don't take this as any sense of disrespect or judgment, but I feel like you've had a hard time for a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
I just feel like this has been going on for years with you, that you've just been rolling up your sleeve, trying to figure it out, being resourceful, trying to find another path, trusting the wrong people. I feel like you've just really been let down a lot. And some of it, and I think you can own that some of this is just being accountable for your own choices. But I really do feel like it's just kind of the company that you have been keeping over the years. They kind of suck.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right. So let's get some. Okay. So let's get some better vibes going here.
Yes.
So first, I would say, I feel like you were at the threshold of a new beginning. So whatever this derailment or this big disappointment that you've just gone through, I feel like it's a reset button for you. I feel like there was sort of a wake up call. Did you just let go of someone in your immediate circle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you needed to do that. It was long overdue. And here's the challenge. You've got to just cut the ties. You can't do this I feel like you've done this wishy-washy thing with this person before. It's sort of that, it's that recycle, repeat relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're
this
right.
time,
Exactly.
you gotta cut the cord. Okay. Just whatever you need to do to just give yourself at least 6 weeks. If you can, no texts, no calls, no emails, just give yourself some room to really reflect and prioritize yourself. Because I feel like you need to center and refocus on yourself to really take advantage of this energy that's trying to give you a reset and a new beginning. Okay. And when you're of more clear mind, are you a Libra?
No.
Are you a Libra? Okay. I wonder if there's something in your chart, though, because I'm feeling like relationships have been your downfall. Would you agree with that?
Yes, totally.
All right.
Totally.
Okay. So do you think you have it in you to find sort of 6 weeks of breathing room to sort of disconnect here? Okay. You have a good support system that can tell you all the reasons why not to pick up the phone or to answer the call?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel it's overwhelming. It's like an overwhelming feeling that not to already. Like I already feel it in my soul to cut the cord.
Yeah.
Cut it. Like just, yeah. It's been.
So here's the reason.
I have to do this.
Yeah. So here's the reason, Stacy, why I'm emphasizing this so much. I feel like if you go back on this merry-go-round, it's going to be 10 times worse than it has been. Okay. Because I feel like this person, and they have their own challenges. They are worthy of love and grace and all of that, but you guys aren't good together. Okay. I feel like there's addiction issues here. I feel like there's some legal issues here. I feel like they also need to hit their own rock bottom to save themselves. Okay. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, totally.
Okay. So you guys need to just stay away from each other. Okay. And focus on yourselves. But I really believe that you have a new beginning that is starting now. So I applaud you for your courage in letting go of someone that you love. I know it's difficult, but I believe that you can do this. Okay. I do feel there's a potential move for you. Have you already thought about moving?
No.
Okay. So I feel change around residence. Okay. So it doesn't mean you're going out of state or anything like that, but I do feel like something in your home. I feel like you may leave where you're currently living as part of this fresh start. Okay. I also feel like with that, I feel like with the move, it may be tied to a job. So I don't know if you're looking at other employment prospects or if you've been trying to find some new employment, but I feel like they go hand in hand. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am trying to find employment. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like the job that you find it's like either the commute is not good and so you move closer to the job, or there's some sort of connection there, but I feel like the move and the job come together. Did you interview for something recently?
Yes, I
Like
did.
in the last 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. Because I
Yes,
feel, I feel like what you interviewed for is you're going in the right direction. Okay. So I don't know if you've heard from them or if you are comfortable. I would recommend just following up with them. Don't just let it die. Follow up with them. And even if that position wasn't meant for you, I feel like there's another opportunity they may share with you. Okay.
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 Perfect. Yes. As I really, really wanted that job too. I really like that's what I wanted.
Yeah, so I want to just make sure that you follow up with them and, and just stay optimistic. And, I try not to put people on blast because this is sort of public stuff, but I'm going to say one more thing about that job. I feel like there may have been something, part of that, either the background application or interview process that you weren't totally transparent about. Okay. So if there was, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing.
That before that. But,
yeah. So here's what I'm going to say, Stacy. When you follow up with them, I want you to sort of feel the water. Just, is everything okay? Are there any open questions? And if you have an opportunity to answer a question differently than you did the first time, I'm going to say, I want you to be honest and transparent. Okay. Because I feel like that, because I feel like you not being honest or transparent about certain things is what will prevent you from getting that job.
So that's so crazy. Yeah. Yes. Because I did answer the question wrong when she asked. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, but I did because I felt like, maybe.
Well, you were afraid. Yeah. No, you were just afraid. You were just afraid you were going to mess it up. So dishonesty will mess it up. Being honest isn't going to mess it up. And you know what? If you don't get the job because you're being honest, the job wasn't meant for you. So I'm just going to encourage you. I want you to follow up with them. You're in the right arena. That may not be that job, but I think that there's some other opportunities that they have that would work for you. Just know that you prioritizing yourself, setting out for your new beginning is really critical, that you just not mess around with the dysfunctional relationship. Okay.
Right. Yes.
And I feel like this is, and I'm just going to say, I don't know if this is part of your sobriety, but I feel like you are also, I feel like your sobriety also depends on not being involved with that person. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay. So focus on yourself, keep yourself number one, create that 6 weeks of just disconnect so you can really prioritize and get that fresh start that you're looking for. I see employment ahead. I feel like there's a job and a move that are tied together, but I want you to stay honest, keep your integrity, do the right thing, and it is all going to work out. Okay.
Great. Okay.
Are there any other? Yeah. And I just want to, are there any other questions that you have that maybe on something we've touched on that I can help answer?
Maybe is there somebody else in the future, a better person?
So remember when I said, are you a Libra? Right. Libras love.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You have a lot on your plate, but I will say this, you will attract, you will attract love again, but I think you want to be a better version of yourself when you get into your relationship, okay? And
you're absolutely right, yes.
Okay, so you are absolutely lovable, but you are a better version today than you were yesterday, and you are going to be amazing, right? When you really prioritize yourself and put your best foot forward. Because I feel like you've just been in the shadow of other people for too long and not the right people,
Right. Yes. Exactly.
So,
Totally.
yep.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So stay encouraged on that front, but just focus on some of these things because, again, I really think your future depends on this. But you've got a lot going on. I commend you for all of your strength and waking up every day despite the circumstances. And I wish you the absolute best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you nailed it. You nailed it on the dot. Yeah. All right.
You take care,
Thank you.
Stacy. All right. Check
You
in with
too.
us and let us know
Bye-bye.
how you're doing. Okay. Bye-bye.
I know I feel better after this call, though.
Oh, good. See, that's what we wanted. We want you to feel some optimism about tomorrow. You just keep us posted and let us know how you're doing, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. How about that? Isn't it interesting how life just unfolds in these just dynamic ways? I just hope you know that no matter what you're going through, right? You may have a new job, a new relationship. You may have lost a loved one, maybe a pet. Maybe there's just something going on in your life that you're trying to sort out. I just want to encourage you not just to reach out to great people in this network that can help find some clarity or give you some encouragement, but think about your intuition. Think about that God-given gift that you have inside of you that tells you when something is working for you, something's not working for you, someone is meant for you, someone is not meant for you. Just continue to lean on your intuition. Surround yourself with positive people, thoughts, things, and no matter how much we might screw up today, we always have an opportunity to do better things tomorrow. So if you didn't receive a reading today, just feel free to come back next week. You can also connect with one of the other psychics in the network, or you can also book a private session through my Facebook page or going to my website, mystic-b.com. I would also like to say I want to dedicate this episode to my mom. She loved bluegrass music. She played all sorts of instruments, loved music, the arts, but bluegrass had a special place for her. And if you feel inspired, I want you to listen to one of the songs that I've been listening to that reminds me of her. It's called When You Come Back Down by Nickel Creek. And don't forget to check out the video on my Facebook page tomorrow. I'm going to put the recording of my mom's message to me out there. But hopefully somewhere in this episode, in the video, with the song, just stay open to all of the signs. Stay open to receiving songs, electricity, lights going on or off. But just those things that are meant for you, you know that they are yours. You know that they're your loved ones. They have not left you. They are still with you. And we thank you so much for being here again this week. Hope to see you next week. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light. Take care.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. I hope you're all doing really well and having a good week and getting excited for the weekend. I have been getting over a cold, but I do feel like I have a spirit with me that maybe had some coughing or something, before they pass. So just bear with me if I am coughing. I'm trying to get him to step back a little bit. So if I am coughing through the show, we'll try not to. We'll get into the 3-card pull. So I'll just give you a minute to see whether you gravitate to card 1, 2, or 3. And just take it as it resonates, okay? So not every part of it is going to be for everyone. Remember, it is a collective reading. So take what resonates, and if it doesn't at the moment, as I always say, just hang on to it. It might come up for you, a little bit down the track, okay? If you are drawn to card 1, this is your card, 5 of Earth, which also has to do with the Pentacles. Okay, I'll just quickly read out what it's got here. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. Okay, I do feel like with this card that I feel like you've got to maybe make some time for yourself, and also, there might be fears around money and that, but I do feel like you still need to take some time to enjoy yourself. And, if you don't have to do a big treat for yourself, but even like a small treat for yourself or whatever. I just feel also that you've got to find some confidence within yourself and let things go, and just and allow yourself to grow and have some freedom, rather than restricting yourself with older ways of thinking about money. Okay, if you were drawn to card 2, it is this one here, which is the 7 of Air. It's Air is also the Swords. Okay, it's got here plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. All right. I do feel like with this that you need to find some kind of balance and some harmony and inner peace with your self, and just kind of seek some, I want to say moderation, and just kind of weigh things up. I feel like you'll be able to make better decisions if you are in a better place and you have like some, inner calm, and you're not letting your mind sort of race around. And I feel like I have to say to you, like your thoughts will become things in your life. Okay, so start manifesting, like positive thoughts for yourself, so that you attract the positive things that you want rather than the negative. Okay. If you are drawn to card 3, it is this one. It is the 5 of water, right, which is our cups. It's got written here, things not turning out the way you'd hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilt milk. All right. Now, the Five of Cups is not, like a great card, but I do feel like if you kind of work hard on what you love, like honing on your skills, if it's something for a job, find pleasure in the things that, you love and the people that, you love. And I also feel like I have to tell you to maybe express yourself in a different way. If your outcomes are not the way you like, maybe see how you can talk about it, get your point across in a different way. If it's not working for you, I also feel like I need to say to you to look out for any signs from spirit, and also acknowledge any red flags. If you have like a gut feeling that something is not good, then it's probably not, okay. So red flags are red flags. So if you feel that, that gut feeling, go with it, acknowledge it. Okay. I've got my caller online. Have I got Judy?
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Well, thank you, Judy. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Oh, you're very welcome. How can I help you today?
I just have been in a slump, so I wanted to see if you see anything why today I've been in the major slump.
Yeah, I do feel like in the past, you may have had like some anxiety and have been held back, whether it's by somebody or even your own thoughts. I feel like it's just negative thoughts from the past that are resurfacing for you. I do feel like you need to release fears in order to go forward, and that's what you're sort of like still hanging on to, whether you're aware of it or not. Sometimes we feel okay, and then all of a sudden they just kind of creep up. Does that make sense for you?
Total sense, yes.
Okay. I do feel it's funny, because Judy, before the show, I was shuffling all my cards because I didn't know which cards that Spirit were going to ask me to work with. And I kept getting Temperance in every single deck. It was falling out. And I do feel like this is the card for you, specifically as the head of your reading, where you need to find the balance in your life. And you also need to find an inner peace and a patience for yourself as well, and I do feel like you're quite intuitive, and you need to also tap into that and be and follow your gut. But then there's also the everyday slog of life, right? And sometimes when we are intuitive and we do connect with spirit and we are trying to elevate spiritually, we can go through these emotions where we have really big highs and then we just collapse, right? And I mean energetically, right? Does that make sense for you?
Yes, it really does. Totally.
Okay, so that can be why you're feeling that way as well. But I do see new beginnings around you, and I do see that you need to release any fears that you may have around this. Are you looking to study? I see choices for you. I also see you like whether it's a new job or self-employment, but I do see new beginnings for you. Are you planning or wanting anything like that for yourself moving forward?
No, I'm actually thinking about, divorcing my husband. So maybe that's the new beginning.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate because I did see that. I wasn't going to bring it up unless you asked me about it. But I did see the heartbreak and betrayal as well, lies and deceits around that relationship too, and there a disharmony and a disconnection, and certainly an unbalance there as well. Is that how it's been?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Now, there is, I just want to tell you quickly, there is a lady that is in spirit that is here for you as well, because she keeps wanting to give you a message. Okay. Are you happy for me to give you these messages from her?
I would absolutely love it.
Okay, this is a lady who she's presenting not old, okay? Her hair is a browny color, and it's got I don't know, waves or ringlets in it, and it's got a little bit of blonde, and she's also showing me, now I don't know if this is something she liked or you liked, but she's showing me, like, I want to say like a lime pie, or lemon pie, or pies, and a hot sort of beverage. And she's telling me that she's just sitting there and she's just like listening, right? Do you know who this spirit is?
I do. I cannot think of who this is, but I'm sure once I hang up, I would say, oh my goodness, that's who that is. So yeah, I'm trying to think.
That's okay. I'm going to give you the messages from her, because she's saying to relax and that everything is going to work out. And she's saying things didn't turn out for you the way that you thought they would, but she's saying patience is the key right now, and she's saying with some things you need to wait, but keep thinking forward. All right, so I know you're saying you're wanting to separate with your person there, but she's also saying don't miss your opportunities anymore. And I feel like that has happened for you, whether it's because of the relationship or because you put everything and everyone else first. But she's saying knowledge is key. She's going, learn, think, act. Okay. She's saying you do know who she is. Now, before I came on, I was coughing a lot, so this might help you. So whether she had issues with her throat or whatever before she passed from an illness. Okay, so
yes, I know who it is.
You know who it is
It's
now?
Lauren.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
Lauren,
okay.
yes.
Who was she?
Lauren, it was my brother-in-law's niece, and she died of leukemia.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Yeah, and she's just watching over you. She wants you to know that she's doing well, and she's watching and she's smiling over you. But you have good things coming. You've got decisions to make, but your outcome is going to be great, Judy. Okay, so you can just create your future the way that you want it to be. You know, without any hesitation. Okay, don't let the relationship that you're in hold you back anymore. Just move forward. It's all good for you. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You already lifted that heaviness, I feel.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Love Life
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello everyone, how you doing? Happy Friday for everyone in Tassie, or the Southern Hemisphere. Happy Thursday evening for everyone else in the North. How y'all doing? I hope you're good. I'm fantastic. And I'm not going to sit here waffling much today because I always get frustrated when I run out of time with my caller. I only just start getting into it, then it's like, oh shit, I got to go. Anyway, I'm going to do a collective message for everyone, whether you're watching or listening now, or if you stumble across this on your news feed or whatever, you're meant to hear this message. All right, let me focus. I'm reading today with my Light Seers Tarot deck, which is one of my favorites. This one here. And it captures all the traditional meanings of the Rider-Waite while also having a modern twist on everything. And it looks at the light and shade of all aspects. So I really love this deck. It's great. Okay, here we go. Let's focus. The Three of Wands. This is a great card for when it comes to if you're waiting on something to happen, or if you're it's a little bit about timing, this one, and it can sort of feel like you're standing there forever waiting for that wave to come in, waiting for that ship to come in, because it's often relying on other people, this card. And it means that this is about divine timing. So it means that support is coming, or partnerships are coming, or, something that, has to do with working with others. It's about being patient, waiting for that wave to come in. And it does come in. And then, as you can see in the card, she's sort of gazing out, waiting for that moment, to just really jump on and start riding this situation, riding life, so to speak, with the waves. And she's just waiting for that timing to be right. So this could apply to, things like, if you've got a creative project happening that involves others, or something in the workplace that you're waiting on, feedback on something, it's just about trusting that in divine timing that will happen. And I'll keep going because I can't see a caller as yet. So I'm going to pull the next card that came out next to it, and that'll actually provide a little bit more insight. And I pulled the Two of Pentacles last week, and I believe so anyway, or if it wasn't last week, it was the week before. But the Two of Pentacles is about multitasking and rolling along with things. And with this Three of Wands, it can these two together would mean that you're juggling things, you're up and down with things at the moment. And once that Three of Wands moment comes in, that's where you're going to focus your priorities, and that's where you're going to realize, while it's great to multitask and we can all flow along with things, it's where you focus your energy as to what really manifests. And, sometimes it's about prioritizing self-care too. This card, I often see that, if you're focused on too many things at once, it can sometimes feel just everything's overwhelming and, getting on top of you. Whereas if you really hone in on that focus point, that's where things start to really come into an alignment. And here's the King of Pentacles. So this to me would say lots of people have got business decisions on their mind at the moment and accumulating towards success and abundance, which is everything that he's about. This is a character, masculine energy, 40s onwards, who has plenty of life experience and has certainly worked hard to have everything that they have. And you can see in the picture here, he's sort of sitting back, enjoying life because he's worked for everything that he has, and he's reflective and appreciative, and he's also quite generous too, not only sharing his knowledge and his skills, but also with financial things too. So, he's someone who'd be like, a financial consultant, you could say. Now, I do have a caller. Fantastic. This is, I've got Amber on the phone at the moment. How are you, Amber? Thanks for jumping on. What can I do for you?
Hi. I was just wanting to have a reading done, I guess, just general, I guess.
Sure, no worries at all. I was sort of getting into the collective message there, pulling card for card, waiting for someone to ring, and it turned out to be quite a good one, you know, in terms of finances and abundance and things like that, and cooperating with others. And it's quite applicable to me at the moment. That one, I just dropped a card, Amber. I'll be right with you. Sorry, honey. Okay, and you know these three cards could apply to you, so I'll put them aside, but I'll tell you what they mean in a second as well. All right, Amber, I'm focusing on my energy now on a general spread for you, where I'm going to ask the tarot what you need to know, okay? Because that can just unpack a whole heap of stuff. And if you have a question at any time, sweetheart, you just jump in and ask me. All right, Amber. Okay, all right. So I've got the Three of Swords, I've got the Seven of Cups, and I've also got the Lovers, all right? Now, this to me would signify a recent breakup or argument or fight with a loved one. It doesn't always have to be an intimate partner. It can mean, you know, someone who you love, okay? I mean, there's the Lovers there. And, oh, sorry, there it is there. And, you know, with the Seven of Cups being here as well next to that, I mean, it is a very painful situation. The Three of Swords is never nice. It always acknowledges grieving, sadness, and that kind of energy you have when you break up and a broken heart. And with the Seven of Cups here, this could mean that you're possibly really considering all options at the moment, okay, Amber? And in the card, it shows the person looking at everything, considering all the things forward, sometimes getting too caught up overthinking stuff in the what ifs. Now, the three cards that flew out was as I was shuffling, as your name came up, Amber, was the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Tower. And that to me, the Seven of Wands can sometimes mean as though you're feeling very attacked in a situation. So perhaps your values have been challenged in a relationship in particular. Or it can also mean people have jealousy issues as well. And you know, with the position that she's in at the moment, she's right to sort of feel on the defensive because she's standing true to her values. And I believe that's what would apply to your situation and perhaps some of the triggers that have happened here with the Three of Swords, with that sadness and stuff. And there's the Four of Cups and the Tower. So that would suggest, Amber, a big, huge, sudden upheaval to shake your life up and your relationships, okay? And in a way, what the Tower will do, as painful and difficult as what it is, it's a blessing in disguise, okay? Because this card here, the Four of Cups, will signify that you haven't been happy and that you're seeking more and you deserve more, okay? And the Tower moments happen. So some kind of disasters happen here, or an argument or a fight or a breakup, to bring you back into alignment so that you've got an opportunity now to rebuild things, okay, on much stronger foundation. Now, let me keep unpacking that. Is this making sense for you? Because please tell me if not, because that helps me to learn, and that means that I'm interpreting the cards wrong.
Right. Yeah, it sounds a little, yeah, it sounds familiar a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just jump in at any time, okay? Because I sort of read intuitively as well as what the traditional meanings of the deck is, and this helps me, you know, when people tell me, oh, no, you're not right there, or that's right, it means that my interpretation's on par. But what I'm picking up here, okay, so with all that's gone on in relationships and your values being challenged and needing more, and the disaster that's happened to bring you back on track, has been a real lesson and an opportunity for growth with you, because I've got the Temperance card here and I've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, what this is going to bring you to, Amber, is a new beginning and a new opportunity, a new offer, okay? Now, I mean, that other reading I just did there, that could apply to a career or a job or something like that. I am picking up it's more to do with relationships because of the cups, the two cups that are there. But you're meant to go through this, Amber, because I believe that this experience is going to bring you to a point of an alignment where you're really clear in your self-worth and what you want, what you deserve. And with the Temperance here, that's going to allow you to integrate these negative experiences that have happened for you to turn them into a strength. And that's going to enable you to have a new beginning. There's a Seven of Swords here, which means that you perhaps have some trust concerns on whether or not you can trust another person.
And this could be due to past stuff. This is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is a very nostalgic card that will come up often to either bring up something, some lesson or some memory that's happened in the past that is influencing your decisions now moving forward. It can also indicate children, you know, something from your own childhood or something to do with your own kids even. So there's something from the past that you're not trusting, and with the devil here, you would have every right not to trust that, because the devil is attractive and luring and tempting as what the devil can be. It's always your undoing. But the way I kind of see it is, you know, the devil comes up in our life to test us, okay? And that's a metaphorical situation, literally, where you can be involved in a toxic relationship with somebody and, you know, discover things about your own self as well that perhaps, you know, might not be the best for you on the long run. But the devil will test you. And the devil's here at the moment to remind you that what's happened in the past, okay, is something that could be testing you again, or something that you're determined now to overcome, all right? The devil can mean things like I said, toxic behaviours, all right? So if you want me to elaborate, that can be addictions like alcohol and drugs. It can be sex, lust. It can be gambling. It can be anything that's kind of goes after that primal beast instinct. You know, that's what the devil's all about in the tarot. And with the Hermit here, I do feel that you have really withdrawn from all of this, Amber. I feel that you've spent a lot of time in solitary, going within, and working out these priorities, which would link straight back into the love, the first few cards that I pulled for you, and you're now contemplating your options moving forward. You have so many new beginnings coming up, okay? With the Fool here and the Moon, wow, these are big cards, Amber. This is big life-changing stuff. You know, you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff that's been suppressed and resurfacing. You could be tempted again, okay, in a relationship. I'm picking up it's a relationship, and something along those lines where I really do believe that you're going to resist that temptation now, okay? You might want to still be there to support this person with whatever journey they're going through, but in a way you've emotionally detached. I do get that, and that's what the new beginning's all about, and that's going to bring you to healing and also good health too, like physically, with the stress that emotional things like this can put on us. It's horrendous, you know, and with the Page of Pentacles here, that does signify to me that you're doing a lot of healing, Amber, and you're on the right path. And just trust, I suppose, that all the negative things that you've been through have made you stronger. And you know, look at that. There's a beautiful one. That's the Nine of Pentacles. Great sign for finances, success, independence. Okay, I must get going, Amber. I'm sorry. I've just been given the prompt and I'm about to finish up. So thank you so much for calling in for that reading. I hope it was helpful for you. Everyone else, take care and have a good weekend. Thank you. And I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Soto Tarot, exploring your intuition with Eric Soto. Eric Soto, live from SotoTarot.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Soto Tarot
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Eric Soto, Soto Tarot, and I'm here live on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, here for another week in a row, so thank you for having me. Those of you who are listening to me, I'll try to be very descriptive if I can, even though I do have colorful tarot cards that I've made back in 2015. I do like to talk other things as well. So I will be saying that I'm at SotoTarot.com. SotoTarot.com is where you can reach me and find out where I'm at on Facebook, on TikTok, all those little social media things, but you can definitely friend me at Facebook. I'm very easily accessible. I'm a tarot creator, but I'm also a psychic and a wannabe medium. When I say wannabe, I am not that type of caliber yet, but I am learning along the way and finding out the signs and understanding that avenue. So the good news is I'm a good student, so I eventually will get there. But in the meantime, I am very intuitive psychic. I've been doing this for over 30 some odd years, friends, family, and professionally. So I like to give back, and that's why I'm here this week to talk and have callers, talk about the things of the world, because how many things are going around in the world right now? A little crazy, right? One thing I always say is there's always a rainbow on the other side of something or other. You just have to look for it. So we're going to talk positivity here, no matter how bad it seems like it's out there. There's always something positive that you can glean from something. Like they say in the stock markets, right? Whether they're up or down, someone's always making money. It's the same thing in life. If you know where to look for it, there's always friends. There's always somewhere to have a shoulder to cry on, and there's always support. And if anything, there's always the teddy bear, right? There's always the teddy bear when you need him. I'm going to be at Real Live. Real Live Metaphysical is my local Cedar Rapids, Iowa location metaphysical shop that I've been here for years too. So I'm giving them a shout out. I will be there this Saturday between noon and 5. Noon and 5, I usually give readings there. They are paid, which is a little bit different than here, but in Facebook and such, you can still reach out for free readings, or like this program, this wonderful program, doing free readings here. I might only be taking 2 callers now, but you can always book a reading at SotoTarot.com, correct? And you can always reach me on social media, where we can talk tarot, we can talk psychic stuff, we can talk just life, whatever you'd like to do, but you got to friend me first, right? In other things going on, I think I told you a little bit before about me. I do have a tarot deck, right? It is a little bit different. Those of you who know what tarot is, they don't really have numbers or letters or anything of that sort. They're more of a psychic caliber. They do follow the actual tarot genre, I guess. You know, there are the Fool and all the way to the World, and they do cups and wands and such. But this is something that I went through actually back in March of 2015. I had a 4-day fever vision of 104 degrees. That was a little weird, and I started seeing things, and I got behind a computer, and voila, it was something I always wanted to do, and now I have them, and they've actually helped me with a lot of young souls and old souls along the way, understand life and try to get out of life's issues, right? So I don't say that I know everything, but I am going to say that we are connected. And when I say we're connected, it has nothing to do with the cards. It has everything to do with the same idea that we both sometimes pick up the phone at the same time, and we'll both hear each other with no dial tone. Now on digital phones, that sometimes happens, but a little bit less rare than we used to do in the past, but it still happens. It's the same thing. We're all connected at some point, shape or form. It doesn't matter where we come from, overseas or on land, we all are connected. So Carol in Cedar Lake, Indiana, we're connected right now. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm glad you've made it on the show. You probably don't know me and I don't know you, but that's the fun of it, right? You get to meet someone new and I get to meet someone new and we get to chat a little bit. So what I like to do for fun, you can ask whatever you wish. I like to try to keep it G-rated because it is a G-rated radio and TV show, right? But as I'm shuffling, I like to also say that we're connected like by that phone. And I will say this for the radio viewers alone, that this is a 10 of Pentacles and it looks like a cornucopia of a tree, branches, or seeds. And when this comes up, it means to me family. It means to me legacy. It has to do with what am I going to do for the future, or what am I going to do to leave for my kids or for my my offspring, right? It's things of that sort. So you're not even asking anything, and I'll say to this. When this, yes?
I'm the head of my household. I'm the sole provider for my family, for my husband. He cannot work, and I have a son. I'm the sole provider, so that makes sense.
There you go. See, we don't even know each other, and I'm already tingling on my shoulders. So that tells me the branches and the trees, right? You're the main trunk, and you're the one controlling and making sure that everybody's fed and everything's going on.
I have a picture of the tree of life in my living room. I love the tree of life. Yes.
Yes, very much so. This is kind of a little bit where I've got from before in the past. Again, if I may ask, what do you do as far as your career?
I've been a meat wrapper for 25 years at a grocery department chain. I operate a machine that wraps the meat. I don't cut it. I just fill it. I've been doing that. It's very rigorous cardiovascular exercise. I have to lift hams and turkeys right now because of the holiday. And it's hard work, but I enjoy it, and I'm working for a pension. And I'm not rich, but I'm happy. So.
Well, that's good. That's good. And you've got a good soul to you, I can tell. The Tower card reversed is exactly that. It's the ball getting caught by the angels. And when I ever get the Tower card reversed, it's like something or someone, I don't care what you want to call it. You want to call it God, you want to call it angels, you want to call it the force that be, or you can even call it sometimes other people just looking after your back. But when this happens, it means there's others behind you making sure that you are fed, making sure you do have a roof over your head. So that's telling me that there might be neighbors, there might be cousins, there might be friends, or those around you that are making sure that when times may be getting tough, look for them to lean on. They will be there for you. You're not going to be the only ones at this point. At some point, there's going to be a little bit of a struggle going on. And this is to tell that those branches that might be your family that you're taking care of, don't be afraid to also ask for those branches elsewhere, for those family members, for those cousins and neighbors, and maybe even people that you work with. And when times are a little squeaky tough, ask for that, or at least, if not ask for it, don't be humble enough to not accept. Can you agree on that?
Right. Yes, I agree. Yes. Very right.
So, yes, that's and this is where things get weird, right? I say I'm not a medium, but the psychic ability here tells me that there's still something or some family member of something. So I'll go one step further since we're on the same thing. This is the Six of Pentacles that looks like an octopus's tentacles. And this is actually a card of charity. So I will go even further to say that you will actually be helped for sure by someone around you. This is that the octopus has many tentacles that can give, a lot of giving there. So you may have been the type that are giving for others for your good heart, or for your caring, your family, or maybe you're just the type that give cookies to the neighbors and say, hey, I just did it because. This is also telling me that there will be arms reaching out for you soon. So look for that.
Oh, good.
If you believe in the future, this is what I believe about the future. I haven't really decided yet. Technically, it's happened. Why? Time is kind of in a weird circle, flat. It's very hard. It's happened already, and it already hasn't happened. It hasn't happened because we haven't felt it yet. But technically, it might have already happened. And because it's already happened, that's why sometimes these things come through. And that feeling is based on your actions, there's a reaction. And based on those actions, that reaction means there will be assistance coming for you. So maybe you were asking that. Maybe you haven't been asking that, but there definitely will be help coming.
My question was, is my financial situation going to get any better? I am expecting
back paycheck from my work when my union settles, but that's up in the air. It's just don't know when it's coming.
I would say that if this is the way I'm feeling based on this was definitely a charity or definitely giving out towards you. And if that's what you're asking for, this will be giving, if not generosity, it will be given with, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about generosity. Oh, okay.
Right. Meaning that it will be given freely. So if you're asking for this, then that will be given with, let's say, less resistance, something of that mind.
Okay.
When anytime something's giving of that type of card, it's given least resistance. Generally, let's say if I have my last quarter in my hand, right, and I'm starving, but I could keep it myself, but instead I give it to you, right, freely. So there's no, you didn't ask that quarter from me or that last money from me. I gave it to you freely of free will. That's the feeling that I had. And if you're asking for that, I think that's still the same. Others around you are helping you, and their times will be a little tough maybe until this comes, but it will definitely come based on the feeling that I'm feeling. If it's not, there'll be something of that equivalent. And I don't like to say lottery or any of that sort, but I'll say that at least the help of that equivalent will definitely be coming in your corner.
Great. Thank you very much.
And how's the weather up there where you're at right now? I'm from Chicago originally, so Indiana wasn't too far from us.
Yeah, I'm in a little town called Cedar Lake, which is right over the border between Illinois and Indiana. It's a small town, and it is going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. It was 66 today.
We're still kind of chilly over here in Iowa, so, I'm glad you're having better weather than we are. So it's Carol, it's been nice to speak with you. I'm glad we're connecting. Don't hold it too hard. You have a good heart. If anything, I would say if you believe in angels, I believe definitely family or friends or angels of that sort are helping you anyway. And I think actually those of the physical nature will be helping you as well. And look forward toward that. Actually look forward to that settlement coming. Don't think, well, maybe it shouldn't, or maybe it won't, or I don't deserve it. Think of it that way. And whether it comes or not, the universe will still find a way to make sure that something of that sort still happens in that way.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. My parents are part of my spirit team and spirit guides, and they have a lot to do with it.
There you go. See, I'm already they're tingling there. So maybe that's the ones that are telling me that to tell you this very directly.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Carol. How we connect, right? If you've seen my first episode, this is only my second episode, and I still can't even get my darn camera right, and we'll figure that out eventually. But I'm glad you're tuning in, because this is the stuff we talk about. It's not magic. We all have this gift. Some of us have it more so, and you'd be surprised. Grandma that you grew up with probably had some premonition of something, right? And this something's going to happen. And she might have said, oh, my bunions or my elbow or whatever for the weather. But you'd be surprised how many people in life, if you go back and check, that this is still prevalent, that kids have this, that adults have this. And more so, unless I show you cards, sometimes people don't believe. And that's why I actually bring the cards out. It helps me focus, but it's not of a magical sort. If you want to buy them, look at my Soto Tarot area, follow me on Facebook, you can find out where they're at. But that's neither here nor there. Janet from London, Ontario, Canada. That is awesome. How are you, Janet? Jeanette. My mistake. Yes. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing fabulous. That is such a wonderful name.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I butchered it. I only have words here, but it's Jeanette. It's like a French Canadian, correct?
Yes.
Of an origin. So
yes.
I like to do this little game where I can pull a card. I'll still give you time. We still have a little bit of time, but I like to pull something to just see where we're connecting. And I have a temperance card here, which looks like a spirit, face of a spirit, blowing wind into some kind of a bat or a dragon or some kind of flying bird of some sort. Temperance has to do with balance. And temperance in this form means assistance or needing that extra lift to get around or at least being shown the right path. So the feeling that I'm getting here would be there's something along the lines of you're looking for guidance for something. I know it sounds cheesy, but I'll narrow it a little bit more. I think this is actually in guidance for, I would actually say more of an assistance on that spiritual level. Like this is spirit. Am I right in that form?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'm going to ask you your question. Go ahead and ask whatever you wish. We try to keep it G-rated here on the TV and radio. But what would you like to ask for, or what would you like to ask about?
I asked about between my husband and my father, and it's been ongoing issues, like they don't like each other, and I can't even say anything directly to my father, but it's just like he has an ego. And my husband did already his best to show
that's what this
how
card
he
is
loves.
for. This card is the
Yes.
Eight of Wands, but it's upside down. And when the Eight of Wands is upside down, it has to do with these little rocket ships, and they're falling from the air, or they're arrows that are falling from the air, or they're wands. That means there's communication that's lacking, and that's just validating what you're saying. Your husband, if I correct, is trying to talk with your father, and they're just not getting along. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
Right. So this is telling me here that your father, your husband is more in the correct, and for some reason it's not being received by your father. I don't know what the reason is for, but I'll tell you this: it sounds like the husband is in the right. It sounds like another reversed hanged man. When the reversed hanged man is there, it's not necessarily a stubbornness, like to wait for something. It's more of, I don't want to be around and listen to this. Does that sound right? It's I don't, whatever you're trying to sell me, I'm not buying. And because of that, I'm getting off of this cross and I'm going to walk away type of deal. I'm not thinking anything spiritual or the high road. I'm thinking, show me the money, show me something physical. So show me how the laws of the earth work. Don't talk to me in lovey-dovey type of talks, or this is how you should be. Does that sound familiar?
That's right. Exactly right.
Okay. So now we're connecting, and now I'm buzzing. So this is telling me not only is he right, not as only being. So I'll tell you this: Three of Wands is the ship. Looks like a little ship that's going across. Three of Wands is actually waiting for something to come. So here I can suggest this. I don't know necessarily what it's about. I don't have to know what it's about, nor does anybody have to know exactly what it's about. But we know that your husband is right, and it sounds like your father is not listening and doesn't want to accept that. And here's how you're going to have to connect. The boat has to make shore at some point, right? And the boat doesn't come to shore sometimes unless we either wait for it, which it may never come, or sometimes we have to meet it halfway. So the best thing that I can tell you here is whatever this situation is, doesn't sound like the father is going to understand. So you may have to reach the ship a different way. Sometimes that means bribing the captain. Sometimes that means finding another ship. And I'm not saying find another father. I'm saying you may have to reapproach this a different way. Maybe on the level of the father, maybe something that he understands. If it's money, talk money. If it's something physical, talk physical. If it means a time limit, then talk a time limit. But whatever the approach was before, or permission that was needed, or whatever, you're going to have to try a different way to get to that boat and for that to come to port. Is that starting to make sense?
That makes sense.
It's difficult to talk to family, especially when they're older than you, right? They raised you. It's your father, correct?
Yeah, that's right. But I already distanced myself to him in some issues that it's related about family. Right. And also I will distance also myself to my brother and sister because it's just like there's a jealousy on it. So sometimes I don't understand, but I think.
So why does your husband? So why does your husband feel like he needs to connect for some reason? Why is he feeling like he needs to get through to your father? Why when you're not? It doesn't sound like you're connecting. and you've gone on, right? You've let that boat decide, well, I'm just going to find another boat. I'm not going to connect with you. Why is it that your husband then is feeling like he needs to still see this through?
It's just like he wants only to validate that anything that he does for them is just like no appreciation. So my dad is just like, I don't know if it is ego or he doesn't like him. I don't understand. So
here's the issue.
I don't understand.
I'll give you a little bit of more of a nugget to it. This is what I'm feeling here too. So the seven of cups has to do with choices, and it's reversed. So when it's reversed, instead of having a lot of choices, that means zeroing down on what you want. It looks like a drill drilling a diamond. They're like this little drill is actually making a hole in a diamond. We sometimes our heart has to make choices. And at some point, again, going further, what your other cards were saying is you're going to have to make a choice. You've made your choice. He's going to have to make his choice at some point. How am I going to get to make him understand? I'm either going to continue on, and it might be a long trip to do that and get at the heart of it, or he's going to have to make a decision and say, enough is enough. We've done everything we can. We need to move on. And it's an unfortunate thing, but we have our own life to deal with. We have our own family to deal with. And whatever this is that you're causing is something I can't deal with. Now, I'm not saying either one is right. I'm just saying he's going to have to make that decision, just like you're making the decision. How do I want to really drill down on it and continue because I feel something's going to happen at the end? Or do I at some point say, enough is enough, I need to drill elsewhere, this isn't going to go anywhere, and it's almost like feels like I'm drilling a diamond. It's feeling like I'm going forever and ever, not getting anywhere. It's a hard decision, and there's not always, I can't tell you which one to do. This just tells you that option means there may not be a winning end. There may be losers and winners, or all losers in this game right here. You just have to decide what's best for your family, and he's going to have to decide what's best for him. Because I don't believe your father is the one that's going to make the decision here.
Yes, that's right. And also, I want also to know in general about the sibling thing, about the issue about sibling.
Your father's sibling or your husband's sibling?
My father's not father's sibling. It's just like my brother and sisters.
So the potential is still there. This is the Ace of Cups, which means potential. There's a cup here with a chalice, a golden chalice with a lot of water everywhere. Water is emotion and water is love. So there's still a potential there. I don't know exactly what you're asking, but this is how I'm feeling it. There is still potential for love. There's still a potential for growth. There's still a potential for connection in regards to the siblings that you're speaking of. So I don't know how you asked if that's in regards to you and your family or for them, but there still is hope. There's always potential. The potential ends when you want it to end. When you close the door final and when death is over, that's usually when it's over. But as long as there's breath in your lungs, there's always a chance still for that potential, for that love to grow again and to make amends and to still keep those connections going. Doesn't always mean it's easy. There might be a lot of water tears involved as well, but the potential is still there. And I'm feeling that there's still hope to make amends at some levels for some of them.
Okay, and that's all that you see on the card? Nothing about something in the future?
I can, but I think we're almost going to be wrapping up here in a second, unfortunately. Okay. I'll give you a quick one because I'm usually good at the first one. And it's reversed. I'm sorry, it's not reversed. Empress. That's weird. I can go two ways here. The feel I have. Empress usually means creativity. It can sometimes mean pregnancy. So I don't know. I don't like to say medical things. If you're looking for pregnancy, this is telling you now is the time. If you're not looking for pregnancy, this is telling me this is still a chance for people to come around and hug each other. This is a chance for everyone to be around each other. And this is a chance to make amends and grow that family because the world is tough out there.
Okay.
I hope that helps a little bit on some level.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Jeanette. I'm sorry if I can't say your name right. wow, 30 minutes go back fast. Again, hopefully I'll get all this stuff ready for you next time, and we'll be a little bit better on video. But you can always reach me at sototaro.com. You can reach me on Facebook at sototaro6. I'm always available. I'm always around. You'd be surprised if you like my deck. You can check at thegamecrafter.com/games/sototaro. Look at thegamecrafter.com. Look under Sototaro. You'll find my cards as well. But again, it's been a pleasure to be here on A1R Radio, and it's a pleasure to be on Moonstruck TV as well. Hope to see you soon.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host of the segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week. So what we've got coming up for this weekend, there's a lot of things coming up with Venus and also Geminis. It's a big week for Gemini. Not Gemini, sorry. Yeah, it is for Geminis and for Uranus. So we do have today on the 4th of July, which is the 4th of July for me, we do have the conjunction of Venus and Uranus conjunction. So this can bring about some unexpected things with love or relationships, so also finances. So this can be a good or bad thing that's going to come up. And during the world, you might find there's something that's going to be bring about, it could be instability as well, because it's in Taurus, and Taurus is all about being stable, being very secure. So this could shake things up, whether it be things about finances or relationships. We've also, but in your own life, this could be a positive thing, but also can be something that's not positive. With Uranus, you don't know what you're going to get. Just like with me just now, I just got a phone call from a hotel and got a free upgrade. So that for me, it's a positive experience. So we've also got on the 5th, you have Venus, which will be moving into Gemini. So tomorrow on the 5th of July. So Venus moving into Gemini. It's about a good time for networking with people, with establishing partnerships. Also could be about even financial gain, or looking at different aspects on how you can contribute with other people, either make money with other people, create partnerships with others. It also could be a good time to learn, just take a time out and learn about different things or reassess things as well. Then we've also got on the 5th, we're going to have Neptune is going to start its retrograde. So it's in Aries, and it will eventually retrograde back into Pisces. With Neptune going retrograde, it's going to be bringing up some, you'll be able to see through people's bullcrap, see through the manipulation and the layers that people are trying to spin you that aren't maybe true. So we're going to start, it's also good for psychic abilities also coming up too with that. So that's also happening tomorrow on the 5th. And then we've got on the 7th, which is a big day, we have Venus, which is going to be, on the 6th of July, we've got Venus sextiling Saturn. So that's going to be helping you with any issues with money, relationships, so helping you with any problems, to really get through them, helping your resilience, also helping you to, I feel like, outthink, outsmart, outplay people as well. On the 7th, big day, we've got Uranus moving into Gemini as well. So that is going to be a big thing for the world. We may feel a sudden shock, like there could be a thing that happens around the world with Uranus bringing its way or making its mark into Gemini for the first time. It will retrograde back into Taurus later in the year, and then next year it will go back into Gemini. It will be there for 7 years. So that's a big thing coming up. Around the world, we may see different partnerships or different alliances form. Last time it was World War II energy, so it could see something like that could come up, but it's also about different things and how people learn. The last time we had that is sort of when also women were able to go to colleges and be able to learn more, be more educated. So there'll be something else that's going to come up with that cycle to do with education, as also with networking and alliances around the world. We've also got on the 7th, we've got Venus, which will be in sextile to Neptune again. That's going to be good to see through people's manipulation, through people's lies. Also, if people are trying to spin you or scam you, it's like it's going to be good to see through that. You've also got on the 7th as well, we've got a try, I think it's with Mercury, with Neptune too. And that's what we've got coming up. So we've got a big week coming up as well. So what I got coming up as well, we've got there's some going to be shakeups coming up. There's going to be something here this week. We might have some uncontrollable energy, real urge to say something as well. Suddenly could be coming up. That might be happening on Saturday. Could be like this week is about living without regrets. It's like time to take control when you feel like things are out of control. And it's like this week's about having no fear, but it's like radical shifts that are going to come up this week, I feel. So let's go to the caller. So we've got Cheryl, who's in Alberta, Canada. So hi, Cheryl. How are you today?
Hi. Yes, I'm doing quite well. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
My life has been very chaotic. I recently retired and so much drama going on in absolutely every area of my life. So I was just hoping you could provide some guidance from maybe from my mom or whatever comes in on a card. I'd appreciate anything.
Okay. So your mum's passed over? Is that what your mum's passed over?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
About 4 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. I was hearing lonely, but then she just said it's you're like me. I feel like you're not lonely, but she was lonely when she was here. Like I feel like you were there for her and you're by her side, but I feel like that there was a sense of people that maybe should have been around her that weren't around her. And I feel like with your mum that she really wanted that support from people that she thought would be there. And but you're her guide, you really supported her and she is thanking you for that. I feel like she had like a strict diet or those things that she shouldn't eat, but I feel like maybe she would sneak things in. Well, she's telling me that there's things that she shouldn't eat, but I kind of feel like she would sort of indulge a little bit as well. She's just telling me too, and this I'm trying to try and censor because we're on the radio, but it's like don't take the crappiness that the people are putting on you. She's using another word, but I'm going to say the crappiness that people are trying to put on you. She's saying don't take it, don't let it sit. Like she's saying you need to, saying like wipe it off. So you need to not take blame. So I feel like there's blame that's going on here. That's not your fault. And you need to tell them to just basically grow up is what she's saying as well. She's because she's saying well, I'm not sure what's going on, but she's saying they're not really caring about you. It's more about themselves. And they're trying to make things happen for themselves. And it's like easier to sort of blame you a little bit is what they're saying, or where the blame is going. But she wants you just to stand up and not take this anymore. And she's also saying just live for yourself, like live for you. I feel like there's she's talking about two people. So like there's two people around you that are close, and I feel like that they're there to support you. And I feel like she likes these two people that are around you, but there's other people around you who really need to be move on their way. She's saying. Let me just see if I can get clarity when this is all going to clear up. When this will clear up. Look, this could be kept going on for the next 6 months. I get a 6 with this, so this could be 6 weeks or 6 months of when things are going to be finally shifting and clearing for you. But it's also when you've had enough, and you might have to like walk away as well. I feel like you're retired, but I feel like it's not easy. Like it's a bit hard. I see you getting involved in the community. Or I see you having a lot of fun, but it's not family. It's something that's social, and I feel like it's something you can go and sort of forget and your hair down. And this like is going to be like your outlet, and you're doing like there's different things that you're doing there as well. And this is when you're going to start enjoying your life too. That I feel it's coming up. But don't wait around for things to happen. It's like you got to make them happen yourself. Is what she's saying too. She's just very clever. She's like, I'm very clever. You're telling me. Your mum was also very, very clever, and she saw things that people didn't see as well. So, like she's saying that people tried to manipulate her, but she saw through it, and she would like outsmart them. That's what she's saying as well. True, but she sends her love to you a lot.
Oh, very true.
Are you also an animal person? You're very good with animals or wildlife?
Animals?
Or you
The
animals
cat?
like
Yeah.
animals like raccoons and animals? Do you
No.
help out? Okay. Or where you live? Are there like any like wildlife around where you live?
Lots of deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just see I'm just seeing like raccoons. So I don't know if you get like raccoons around where you are or like those kind of like small nighttime creatures or animals. I just see you like feeding them or like help, like, giving them a bit of a helping hand as well. Because you've got a kind
Oh,
heart
okay.
and I do see them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if, yeah, so it's just coming around or you might go out to a place that has them there. But yeah, I see that as well for you. But do you have any questions?
My husband, he's actually got cancer and he's been very miserable and he's stonewalled and he's just locked in the basement. And then both my sons have health issues. And my dad, he's 91, has been, and my brother's giving me trouble. I don't know. It just seems like there's so much drama and everybody wants a piece of me, and then just, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, I feel like I just see them throwing things at you, like meaning I feel like maybe it's verbal, but it's because that you're going to take it. So you really, even though these people are not well around you, it's about not taking their stuff because they're sulking. Like I feel like with your husband, it's like he's a bit angry or he's sulking. He doesn't know how to deal with what he's got. So it's a lot of like pressure, but you can't, you're not a punching bag. So you need to just stand up and say, I can't take this. Like you're still a human and you have feelings and they need to know that. And, it's not nice to be sick, but it's also sometimes stuff that we have to go through in life. Your husband, I just feel like he's a bit miserable and part of it is just like he's projecting or putting stuff on you. He doesn't know how to deal with what is happening with him. I feel like maybe if you just look at yeah. Like I feel like there might be other modalities or other things, or like I'm not a doctor, but maybe some other stuff that he can look into that. But he needs to sort of, I know it's hard, but raise his vibration up as well. And sort of like it's like live to the fullest. Like whatever time he has left, it's about living to the fullest, and he needs to change his mindset. Even though it might be hard, but I do feel like that. But the main thing for you today is for you to take care of yourself. I know you're trying to take care of everyone else, but they're going to be mean to you. Then you need to stand up for yourself and say, you can't take that because it's not fair for you. That's what your mum's basically saying.
Right.
Okay.
Set some firm boundaries.
Exactly. But thank you for calling in today.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No worries. So thank you. So guys, I do have started a podcast, so Cosmic and Psychic with Lady D. So it's on Spotify. So I've got 3 episodes up. I'll be recording my 4th tonight. So if you want to check me out there, you can. I've also got my YouTube channel, which is a Lady D Psychic. I've changed my name for my YouTube channel to make it easier for people to find me. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady D Psychic. As well as that, I'm also part of the 4 Pillars now, and I've got a podcast with them as well. So it's also on Spotify, which is Spirit Talk, Spirit Walk. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you all have an amazing week ahead, and I'll see you back at home next Friday. So regular place next week. So bye for now.